So where am I? Right here? No
yeah, you're right there.
You're right there,
We got
dog.
Simon
No
Rex.
headphones.
Simon Rex with a full head of hair, all 6'2", all 6'2 inches. Calls himself an ectomorph, but the kid's got the kid. I'm not mad at his muscularity.
Are we on?
Yeah,
We're on.
Dude, I don't know if there's no cameras, right?
No, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, all right.
I gave him the.
Well, see what happened. All of our testosterone spiked because Simon watched me manipulate Brendan
in the hallway.
Corner.
Yeah.
Well, I got under hooks. I went hips. I went head.
How dare you embarrass me in front of Theo? And
I know.
Simon.
Yeah, it was right in the hallway in front of. Let me rewind
in front
a
of my
bit.
friends, man.
Yeah, I just saw Theo down the hall, who we'll agree is the greatest human being on the planet
Yes,
Earth.
he is.
Correct.
Talented.
Very. If he was a stock, I'd invest in him.
Thank you.
But I don't know if that's an option.
That's a very good way to put it.
That's very good.
If you were a stock, I would invest in you.
Do you know they used to actually have
That's a great compliment to a comedian.
Yeah.
No, I tell him that all the time. He makes me feel some love in my heart that not too many comedians, no offense, have love like a Care Bear. Remember the Care Bears?
I do.
The shit
Shoot
would fly
out.
out of the,
Yeah.
That's Theo,
He
man.
lotus flowers your heart.
Right. While you guys are like getting low and fighting, he's loving and hugging.
You've obviously never seen one like Theo. Like, you know, I'm like, oh, he's like that guy.
Well, he'll also
The way he was raised and his
Brennan's unique.
mannerisms.
Brennan's also unique because if you notice when I was attacking him, what did he do? He clammed up.
Yeah, he clammed up.
I do nothing.
But I thought that was his defense.
Because he doesn't like.
I call it possum.
He doesn't like.
He's
anybody,
conserving his energy for.
Nope, he doesn't like anybody who is like a talented guy like yourself, an artist. He doesn't want anybody to know what a brute he actually is. So for him, he hates that he's a giant. And that he can actually kill all.
I didn't realize how big you were until now when I met in person.
Yeah. And then there's
big man. What are you, 6'4", 217?
250, Bubba.
About 240 right now.
Oh, really?
Hold on,
About 244. My weight this morning, I was 244.
He's about 250.
Yeah,
Now
what
listen.
okay,
I was 244.
I got questions too. So.
Burned 1,000 calories before I got here.
244, very
Calories, which according to him, calories are bullshit. We'll get into that later.
Yeah,
please.
Well, there's good calories, there's bad calories.
Brian.
But our boy over here, there's Brennan. There's strong, and then there's Brendan.
Oh, are you like natural strong, or did you work for it? What's your genetic? What are you made out of? What's your genetic diversity? Have you done 23andMe?
I have not really. I think.
Do you know what you are?
No, my parents say I'm Italian, German, and English.
Maybe it's the German in there. Natural soldier DNA.
I don't know
because I know. I look
I've
at
been working out
myself
since I was like since fourth grade.
But I know guys who trained with him who are like heavyweights in the UFC and stuff like that, and they all go. Like Cody Donovan, those guys in Orlando, they go, well, there's strong, and then there's Brendan. So in other words, so I'll explain. So Brendan will take about 550. I don't know if you know if that's 550 on a crossbar.
What is
550
that?
pounds.
Pounds, right?
Yeah. And then he'll do 10 reps. He'll do
bench press. What are you talking about?
Deadlift that 10 times.
Deadlift.
And then he'll do that. He'll then 10 sets of that. Or if you want him to do a Turkish get-up, he'll take 155 pounds on a straight dumbbell, lie down, and stand up with it.
Oh, the one-handed.
Yeah, or how about do you want him to carry 100 pounds in each hand?
Please,
carry
could you?
He'll do that for 5 minutes.
If you need me to
straight.
carry your groceries around Venice, that helps a ton. It doesn't help too much in my comedy game now, though.
Okay, now you're retired as a fighter? Is that correct?
Yes. Correct.
Do you still now you just train for a hobby just to get your?
I'll hit mitts and then I do.
You don't get hit anymore. You got to protect the melon, right? You got the permanent ear. The ear. That's the first thing you see. If you see those ears, you go the other way. They fought more than most humans. If you see the ears,
cauliflower's not good.
You know what I mean?
No, I go away from it. I go away from it now. Like I never get hit in the head. I'll hit mitts probably 3-4 times a week. But honestly, I'm balls deep in this Peloton bike, man.
In the what bike?
The Peloton bike.
What's that?
It's like
I feel an advertisement coming on.
No, I promise not.
Okay. Oh, it's a personal luxury.
It's just something. Yeah. I mean, they started the show before. It's like a what would you call it? Like a spin bike.
It's a screen on it. Bike.
Oh, I see.
So you can put the intervals. Okay, so like you can put how hard you want it. And then
I've seen those before.
There's like 1,000 different classes on demand.
Oh, I see. So you just get on there and you
then
basically do like
it's
spin
a serious
classes.
workout, B?
Serious.
So this is mostly cardio. This is cardio. This is your cardio. Okay,
that's my cardio.
I'm old school. I jump rope. 3-minute rounds,
I love that.
Jump rope, push-ups in between. As long as I get my 5 3-minute rounds in and 100 push-ups in, that's my minimal for the day. Anything else is extra. Yeah. But that's just what I could do on the road with jump rope. Bring the jump rope. It's easy. And push-ups.
I think
prison style.
I think that prison style is better because people want to hire all these crazy trainers and their diets. And it all leads back to one thing.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
The old school stuff works, man. Yeah. Always has. Everyone wants to reinvent the wheel.
Boxing's the most humbling thing. I think boxing's so humbling that once I tried tried that, it's just a real...
Jiu-jitsu will make you more humble.
I was humbled by
Roll
both.
the black belt in jiu-jitsu.
I can't wait to tell you guys my story about jiu-jitsu. Can we just get into that?
Yeah.
Let's do it,
Okay,
brother.
so
Yeah.
I'd say a little over 10 years ago, I was introduced to Henner and Heat on Gracie through Evidence of Dilated Peoples. He's a rapper, a great guy, friend of mine. He's like, yo, you should come train with these guys. I lived in Hollywood. It was an hour drive each way.
Did you meet him from the other brother?
Evidence or Henner and Heat on?
Evidence.
No, from what other brother? His brother, he's an only child.
Because Halleck is a
Alchemist?
rapper too. Yeah,
Hey,
I know.
Alchemist, they're just best friends, not
Word.
brothers.
Let's go.
But
All right.
yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
yes,
I like
did
the way
meet
you say Henner and Hiron.
the R is pronounced H.
There's a beautiful roll to the R there.
Thank you.
You know that's where
I've
he comes
spent
up from.
Brazil?
No, Henner and
Henner.
Henner was his teacher.
Henner's my, to this day, my head jiu-jitsu coach. Carry on with your story.
So I approached it with great humility, as the only martial arts I've ever done in my life was judo as a little kid. So I'm like, let me just try this. Let's see. Let me get a routine going. I need some structure in my life, right? So I go train an hour drive each way once a week for about a year. And as I'm about to get my blue belt, I had my 3 stripes, and I'm about to get my blue belt. And this is Al Bundy's class, Ned O'Neill, and you see some real legit guys. This is before they built their super academy. This is years ago. And for whatever reason, this is one of the things also in this book that I'm so different than Aubrey and a lot of I have an attention span of a billy goat. So what happens is I'll get super into something for a year, and then I'm fucking over it.
Billy goat.
Right? It's just like, onto the net. Oh, look, a bird, and then I just don't do jujitsu
There's nothing
anymore.
wrong with that, though.
So I'm owning the day. I'm owning the truth. But so what happens is I just get bored of something. So I was like, fuck this drive. And I'm not a fighter. I look in the mirror. I'm not a fighter. I'm more of a kid, okay?
Yeah, you're a kid.
So I'm kid.
Better
I lean
eyes
towards
than me.
kid.
Beautiful blue eyes.
Thank you. They're actually technically green, but we'll let you slide.
Sorry, brother.
So it's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Good,
Actually, technically hazel, but we don't need to.
All right.
This is not a visual.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank
This
you.
is Big Trouble in Little
It's
China.
Look, I
You'd be in
got
trouble.
beautiful eyes, porcelain skin,
an
I have
aquiline
Greek
nose,
goddess,
a Roman nose.
Roman nose.
You look Italian.
I feel Italian.
Full head of hair.
Brian, you thought you were good looking.
No, he's a
Dude, Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger model.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, but just
Yeah.
you shut your mouth when we're talking about beauty around.
Yeah,
this.
dude.
He steals my
look,
girl. He steals my girl.
I'm what
Both our girls.
basically I'm
All
what
our girls.
like I'm a triple threat,
Jesus.
yeah.
Simon? Okay,
amazing personality.
Jesus.
I'll give you
Very
that.
humble.
Can I go on, Simon? Go on.
Extremely humble.
Yeah.
And I know how to work the dick, the dick a little
What
bit.
the fuck, Simon?
I got angles. So it's like
we're just
I'm
starting
more-
out with the podcast, and you're hitting me with all this shit.
Quintuple.
Now you're giving me 5.
Well, we'll get into those. Let me finish my fight story. Stop cutting me off. Jesus, like you're acting like this is your fucking.
No,
deal.
I apologize. Keep going.
All right, so basically, I trained for a year and I ADD out, and I know that's an excuse, and everyone has ADHD of some sort, but whatever. I stopped doing it, and I go. I just bored with it, so I'm not good. I'm just not good at it. I realize I tried.
Takes a while.
It's just not my thing, and I'm constantly getting worked by some kid half my age. So I put it.
You're also doing it once a week.
Well, true. Okay, so a few years later, I go, let me try a local class. So I go to Beverly Hills Jiu-Jitsu
Been there.
through my buddy Scotty. Kahn brings me there. He's a little beast. I don't know if you know Scotty, but he's a little animal. He'll tear you. He could rip a phone book in half for real. He's a little animal. Strong little fucker.
Very short and very
strong. Those are the guys. Yeah, one thing I learned in Jiu-Jitsu
he an
class
actor?
is, yes, he's on
Scott
Hawaii
Kahn?
5-0. His dad's James.
Yeah.
He's a fucking
tweeter.
big into jiu-jitsu. He doesn't do meth.
He's
He's not
tweeter.
a tweaker. He's not a tweaker. He doesn't even smoke weed, but
Talented photographer, too.
yeah, he is very good photographer. And he's a fucking tough motherfucker, dude. And anyway, so he brought me into the class, and I'm doing it for a couple of months. And one day I come to class, and nobody else shows up out of a 10-person class. Just me and this black monster from Texas that had Muay Thai shorts on with all these patches that he'd won tournaments.
Oh, boy.
And the teacher, I forget his name, the Brazilian guy at Beverly Hills Jiu-Jitsu. I can't remember his
Marco?
name. Yes, Marco. Yeah. He goes, you guys just roll, and he goes like to the office. And this guy proceeds to beat the shit out of me on a level of, not beat me up, but, constantly like.
Squash you like a bug.
And at one point, he was just beating my ass. And at one point, he's sitting on my face, and I'm smelling his asshole.
Oh, boy.
Like a deep
musk.
A deep burlap, fucking iodine meets blood and shit. And there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And as he's sitting on my
like an
face
old
with
book.
my arm behind my back, and I said to myself, I'm paying money for this. And I never went back again.
I get that.
And I
You know
never,
what?
ever,
I get
ever,
that. I
ever,
get that.
ever went back again, except when Crone had me come roll at his class for fun once, just to see what I
had a
learned.
similar experience where I was really into jiu-jitsu.
No, you're
I've
not.
been a
Okay.
wrestler before that, loved it. I'm very athletic, as you can tell.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I'll control your body. I understand everything about the body.
Right.
And I'm watching, and the teacher's going, you guys are putting your hand here. I want you to, it's got to be palm to ceiling when you come low. Look how I grabbed the collar. And I went, I don't care anymore.
Right, that's it. You're out. Palm to collar was the final straw.
I literally go,
something clicked.
Yep. I go, I don't care. I'm out.
Hey,
I don't care.
How about when I was like in the mid, like going on my last run in the UFC? Brian, I brought Brian with me to my last training camp. So he went with me everywhere.
What year is this? So I'm painting the picture.
2014?
Yeah.
2014, I think?
Recently.
2015. 2014. November 2014.
Okay.
Look up when he fought Travis.
So Brian's going to camp with me, and we're driving the highway. And he goes, how much longer do you think you do this? I'm like, I don't know. But
you mean this fighting as a lifetime?
I have other options. He goes, how much longer you keep doing this?
You're doing comedy at this point now. You're
doing Fighting the Kid Lives, and the podcast.
Things are starting.
You have other things going on.
Well, what happened was things are starting to pick up, and not only that, he was getting recognized more than anybody else. Because you go to UFC, people are like, Big Brown.
Yeah.
He's like, something.
So 2014, so November. So me and Brian are driving around, and he goes, and I'm beat up, I'm worn out. I just got done sparring in Gardena, Black House, these monsters, Leoto, and this giant Jack Mays. And Brian goes, how much longer do you think you can do this? I go, I don't know, man. But I tell you one thing, I'm going to do jiu-jitsu for the rest of my life. And Brian goes, no, you're not. I went, bro, take it easy. He goes, no, you're not. And I went, yeah, dude, I don't like getting punched in the face, but I love jiu-jitsu. I still do.
My passion.
Right. I said I love jiu-jitsu.
Black belt, I'm assuming?
Close?
Yes.
Still brown.
Okay,
right
so once he's humble, he'll fuck everyone up. I get it.
Yes, yes, he will.
Right. So Brian goes, no, you're not. And I was like, God, what a dick.
So wait, why were you saying no? You're not because you do because
he knows the hustle.
You just know the game.
For me, I'll still train with Henner on Saturday mornings every now and then.
Okay, great.
With all black belt class.
But
I don't need to be racist, but
here's why I said no, you're not. Because I knew that the game he was playing, which is sparring, where you're striking, getting hit in the head, the fear, just that nightmare, and I'll tell you why. And all the training, jiu-jitsu was like a
release.
Almost like a release.
Yeah.
It was like where he could go and just roll and know he's not going to get concussed at least.
So, then you're saying, well, your point is that you're saying no, you won't do jiu-jitsu anymore. But I thought that's what he would be doing.
I had seen him roll with the best in the world and do very well, better than very well, without going into details.
Okay.
And he's way too humble for his own good. Where he goes, nah, this guy's way better. And I was like, I was watching. I go, you're better actually. So I knew that he had reached as far as he would. I know him, and I knew where his brain was going, which was more toward the artistic side,
right?
And just to be more in the business of expression. So
but
go on.
It was just
so he knew, and then deep inside.
Sure enough. I mean, I was, because for me to sit in traffic, same thing we do, and it's basically an hour drive there. Hour class, shower, about hour and a half, 90 minutes.
It's a 4-hour day.
Then an hour back. 4 hours.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of your day.
Jiu-jitsu
Now that you're busy, you got other things going on.
Jiu-jitsu doesn't help me on stage anymore. Jiu-jitsu doesn't help my Jiu-jitsu's not in the ecosystem anymore.
Right,
so
okay.
I still love it.
So he was right.
Love it. Still, Pat, he was 100% right.
Now, can I shift?
No, you're not. Right.
Can I shift gears
Please
a little?
do.
Yeah.
Again, let me preface this by stating I am not a tough guy, nor do I believe I'm a tough guy, but I use the little training that I got from my 1 year combined of jiu-jitsu, maybe a little more.
It's more than a lot of people.
I got in a fight in Australia. It's a great story, if I may.
How long ago is this?
This was 6-7 years ago.
And we're at in Australia?
Sydney. Okay,
love Sydney.
Okay, so I do a comedy music act that I take on the road called Dirt Nasty, where I perform live at comedy clubs and music venues, and I do half songs, half stand-up improv with the audience.
So cool.
I kind of have the life of a comic, so I kind of understand what you guys, the life on the road, what it's like, But I do music gigs, but it becomes this comedy hybrid. Anyway, so I'm on the road, and I go to Australia where I have a pretty good following out there. And I land, and I realize the tour manager booked me the night that I landed, which, as you know, if you've flown to across the time zone, it was the worst. And I landed at 5 a.m., and I look at my watch. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I got to perform tonight? dude, all day long. It was the longest day. Espressos, trying to stay awake. I can't even believe my show's at like 1 a.m. I'm not a napper, so I can't nap because then everyone's like, dude, if you take a nap, you're really going to be fucked. Just stay up. So I push through, and you couldn't have written this any better. I get on stage in Sydney at this club that had recently had a lot of attention because I guess the security had stomped a dude out to death. Okay, they killed a guy in there.
Christ.
So there was already a lot of eyeballs on this club in the Cross, it's called. I think the neighborhood's called the Cross. Anyway, so I jump on stage, and immediately a guy jumps on stage, grabs the mic out of my hand, yells, "Australia!" and punches me in the face with the mic in his hand, and the microphone made that noise like, "Meh."
What an asshole.
It was amazing, though. So listen, this is just the beginning. So I'm like, welcome, right? So he punches me in the face when you hold a roll of quarters.
I can't think of anything worse.
So he punches me, and I was savvy enough to turn my face with the punch.
Yeah,
so as he punches me, my face turns directly at my DJ. I see him right there, and I just see him like, oh shit. And he to this day, he says, I've never seen you have that look in your eyes of like, you're a pretty peaceful, nice dude. You had fire in your eyes. And I instinctively looked back at the dude, and we're on about as high as this, like maybe a 1.5 feet off the ground, right? In the stage. And I grabbed the dude, and it all kicked in, like without thinking. I grabbed the dude by his t-shirt, because we did t-shirt training too with Henry and Hedon.
Yep.
Grabbed the t-shirt, did the turn, right? Tripped, fell on top of him, off the stage, ground and pound. As I'm doing it, I remember thinking, I can't believe how easy that was, and I'm beating this dude's ass.
Wow.
And I'm just lighting him up and and a circle forms around us, and they're going, duh, nasty, the character I played.
As you're whooping his ass.
I'm whooping his ass. It was the greatest feeling in a show.
It was the crowd like...
The crowd was clapping and supporting me. It was like high school where they form a circle around you, and you
kill him!
Yeah, exactly. And I'm beating him up, and or at least my version of beating him up. I didn't really get hurt, but I was technically on a point system, I won, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm hitting him. I remember thinking, and security grabs me off, and I go, "Oh, mate, we didn't think you had it in you. Fucking great form." They're like fighter guys.
Yeah.
So I'm like, holy shit. They kick the dude out. I'm like, no, bring that dude back. I want to buy him a beer.
There you go.
Style.
That's there. I like that even more. God,
bring him back in, because honestly, I couldn't have planned it any better. It's like, okay, I'm going to jump on stage. You're going to grab the mic. You're going to yell Australia. You're going to punch me. Then let me beat you up in front of him.
I bet your adrenaline was like this, so the show was amazing.
Wow.
Fuck sleep. Fuck being groggy.
I couldn't sleep that night. It was because actually, no, I'm wrong. I could sleep that night. I slept better that night because it felt so good to fight somebody on a primal level. I got it out. I wasn't hitting a bag. And
Australia!
It was fucking amazing. So the dude comes, so I try to buy him a drink and bring him back in. So later I find out the next day, I tweet out, does anybody have footage of me fighting that guy in Australia? I have to see what that looked like, And immediately the promoters texted me and said, take that fucking down right now. Yeah. We just had someone die in the club. Yikes. Take that shit down right away or we have a problem. So I deleted it. I land in Adelaide. And when I land in Adelaide, I see this monster guy at the airport in a suit. And he's just, you could tell he's a fighter guy. And I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, we're your security, mate. We heard you're a real scrapper. And I'm like, dude, I'm the least scrapper ever. All of a sudden, they think I'm like a loose cannon out there. So on this tour, I had this reputation. Oh, he'll beat up his fans. He'll beat up his fans. Like, I'm the biggest pussy. I'm the guy who always stop a fight. So it was funny for like a week to be a badass, like to feel what it's like. To have people look at you like, oh, he's fucking crazy.
Can I tell you how to tell it?
Dude, it was the best.
Can I tell that's a great story. Next time you tell a story, I want you to end it this way.
Dick.
Watch. Nope, I want you to end it this way.
Hey, man. Oh, you don't have to be a gay.
Fuck, Simon. It's a family show.
Sorry. I thought you were going to say suck his dick.
No, I sure wasn't.
Okay.
No, not at all,
I felt
bro.
that coming, but
God damn it. Can we make him a regular on the show? He fits right in. So I go, next time you tell that story, all you got to do is just go. And I was wailing on them, and they were like, nasty. And I want you to pause and go. And I killed him. And then you just keep talking.
And then sucked his dick.
Yeah, and then sucked his dick.
I noticed when you were just grounding and pounding, you had very, without you realizing it, you were turning the wrists perfectly. Just giving you a little.
He's going to get mad, but I went 8 rounds yesterday.
8 rounds?
I went 8 rounds yesterday.
With mitts or with a man?
And I sparred a 19-year-old who's way faster.
Oh, geez, 19.
I got lit up a little bit. My head hurts and my neck hurts.
So you were getting hit. You're sparring, full on sparring.
I was sparring.
Headgear.
I was. And I got tagged up a little bit.
Okay. You need to protect that melon now that you have 13 episodes. So
And also, this area hurts my neck. Not my head, but this. Yeah.
Okay. If you may ask, how old are you?
I'm 51.
Oh, you look great.
How old are you?
I'm 43, but I have the body of a 42-year-old.
I know that.
There's things that you will understand.
He moved to Venice.
Yeah, I'm in Venice now.
Local,
I'm in
right?
Venice. I just sold my house in Laurel Canyon. I was telling them in the lovely elevator system you have in the building that we.
All right.
It's good. It's good elevator. Yeah. I just sold my house in Laurel Canyon and got a little apartment by the fucking beach, and I'm so much happier. I got rid of 80% of my shit. I got rid of my second car. I had a '68 Buick. I had all this shit, all these clothes. I got rid of everything. Simplified. Holy shit.
He pulled up an RV though.
Yeah, I just bought an RV.
How about I get a text from him? He goes, bro, is this what I get in the morning, 9 a.m.? Bro, is there room to park my RV where you guys are? I'm like, absolutely not. Probably not.
Well, there was outdoor parking.
Yeah.
I'm learning. I got it 3 days ago, and I got to go get propane because I'm going to San Diego, maybe even Mexico tomorrow. So you got to fill up the propane. So I became an RV guy. I'm an RV guy.
Are you primarily a musician? Is that how you identify?
Okay, so I guess So check it out, man. Here's the deal. I didn't know what to call myself until I recently did this thing for Vice where they simply said entertainer. I go, that's what I am.
Correct.
I'm an entertainer.
That's how I'd label you.
Whether it's my phone and I'm doing a silly video for my fans, or it's a song, or it's a movie or a TV show, or, me and Swartzen just did a web series for Comedy Central. I just like to make people laugh.
Ask me what I do.
What do you do?
I'm in the business of original self-expression.
Oh, God, the worst.
What?
So you're a theater actor.
I'm in the business of if that's one venue I express myself.
How about he was in Costa Rica and he has an Instagram story and he goes, bro, you guys are finding the kids huge in Costa Rica, and it's just some local sitting on a rock with their kid, and he goes, Fire the Kid fan? She's like, huh?
Yeah.
He goes, Fire the Kid fan? He goes, you guys are huge out here.
Yeah, it was definitely, it was, I don't like mean comedy, but that was almost mean because it could have been seen. But
no, it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, that was, I was just, and they were just like looking at me like I'm saying, alien robot come formaldehyde situation.
He's all, you guys are huge out here.
Yeah.
It's funny as fuck. She had no idea what he said.
So after that whole story, the point is, don't fuck with me, okay?
No, dude,
because as you can see, I don't think you realize I will literally lunge across this
You're built
table.
like a spider, dude. I don't know what to do with that length of bone.
Like you could train all you want, and I know you're wrestling, but I know you're most comfortable
I'll
wrestling.
Get under your jab.
You might get under there, but
if you're going to jab my face, I work your body.
You have some elbows on you.
Dude, seriously, I will Swiss both of you guys up. You'll be folded over, questioning your existence.
He's got Matt Brown elbows.
Dude, you will fold up like a table and question your existence.
I'll fold you like a chair.
I got a question for you, Simon. Now, you're in that group, was it 3 Loco?
Yes, 3 Loco.
Can we make it 5 Loco?
Yeah, right? You guys are actually making a great...
And we'll be behind
bring that up, okay. Chin. Bring up, 3 Loco.
So let me
They have a legit fucking track that Diplo...
Yeah, Diplo.
So it's Riff Raff.
Yeah, Riff Raff, Andy Melnakis, Diplo produced it. Yeah. And some other producers as well.
Still.
Are you a single man?
I'm dating a girl, and we're figuring it out because I'm in a long-distance relationship.
Yeah.
And
you in your life, you put up some numbers.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like all former MTV VJs have herpes now.
That's true.
Just
except for me. I somehow have avoided it.
You and Carson, maybe?
Maybe Carson does.
Carson doesn't seem like he's too aggressive.
I've avoided herpes because I get cold sores on my lip, and they say
that's herpes,
but you have an immunity. Apparently, it's harder to get it. Yeah. It's harder to get it, I guess. Apparently, when you have it in your mouth, it's harder to get it on your.
But you have herpes on the mouth.
I had an ex-girlfriend.
Don't say you don't have it.
It's Simplex 1.
I had an ex-girlfriend sit me down many years ago, and she'll remain nameless. She's an actress. She sat me down. I was dating her, and she says to me, I got to tell you something. She lived in Orange County. I lived in Hollywood. She's like, I got to drive up and tell you. I'm like, fuck, here we go.
No.
Drives up.
Pregnant.
Yeah, so I'm thinking. Drives up, tells me. She goes, I have herpes. Okay. I go, where? Up or down? She goes, both.
Ooh.
I go, so what do? We wear a condom? We don't, do we wait for a breakout? I don't know what to do. We went to the doctor together, and the doctor said it's quite possible that it lives in everyone and only surfaces in some people. Yes. So you may never get it even if you do. So I dated her for a year. Never knock on wood, never got it. So I don't know. I think I'm what you call a superhuman.
I think so too.
I'm better than you.
You laugh at any kind of pathogen. For me, this is what kind of a scumbag, how fucked up I am. I've been in 3 situations where girls have been like, just so you know, I have herpes.
And I
don't have condoms. And I was a younger man. And I was like, well, time to roll the dice.
We'll figure it out.
I'm not going to not have sex.
I had a buddy, and I have a buddy, this guy, and this girl came in, and I was like, oh my God, what is her deal? And he's like, bro. I'm like, really? He goes, so close. We were going to the other night. She came over finally, and she's like a 10, like just the hottest girl you've ever seen. You know, she came over, and I was so fired up, and she goes, I have a flare-up of herpes.
Oh,
right
wow.
now. And I go,
at least she was honest.
So?
Yeah.
So? What'd you do? He goes, nothing. I go, oh, bro.
Well, if she's got a flare up, you might want to be careful.
Nah. Jay, show this this music
which one?
video.
I think the one you'd want to see is probably Nito might be the one to
We
go
Are Farmers and Nito,
right?
right?
We Are Farmers is the Diplo one. I don't know
We Are
what
Farmers?
you maybe you
He's
want
got big time.
Millions
Diplo's
of views.
big time.
Millions of views.
Well, I'll tell you the story after this one.
I'm a big Riff Raff fan.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
I'll
get him on the podcast. If you guys want.
Let's do it.
He's a trip.
We should get all three of you on.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, there's a good segue from this. I'll tell you about.
Call the cops, got mad motherfucking.
Did you guys watch the whole video, or is this just?
Trees and lemon trees.
We gotta be considerate to the viewer or listener.
They'll be able to hear
It's
it.
good. Hold on.
No big screens, no HBO. Tomato, potato. These hoes just won the Fat Boy Lotto. Please let me use your grotto. Hefty bitches is my motto. If you get on top.
It's funny when he comes on.
Are we on camera right here?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then they'll be able to see the video in the screen while they're watching.
The magic of editing.
She's a beautiful girl.
She's a beautiful girl.
And then I'll take your next of kin. Rent it 10, I'll stick a dildo in your fucking fish food. Which dude's fish?
What Andy predominantly does this stuff now?
He does a lot of Twitch, which is that streaming
video
format.
game.
That's his
He's
new
a talented
jam.
guy.
Yeah, he is.
How old
He's like
is he?
He's 42 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, but he's like the first internet guy. Like,
Correct.
He went viral.
There you
He
go.
had a show on
Look.
it. Look at him. It's funny.
The nasty shit. This is agriculture. I grab a vulture. Who left that soda on the table? Grab a coaster. Girls wanna cuddle. Yeah, they wanna snuggle. Oh, that's a cute teddy bear. Put it in your butthole. What you know about me, dirt nasty bitch? I'm a farmer. Come through with an ugly ass hoe. Call her two-headed llama. She wanna sleep on me. Better bring some pajamas. I got a white boy entourage. Johnny Drama.
This is fantastic.
Oh, thank you,
and
man.
you have a
Good.
great voice.
Oh, thanks, man. It's definitely a character.
You're
I
a real
play.
singer.
I wouldn't say singer. I say
can
rap.
sing.
Rap.
I don't know how to sing at all.
All right, you can
Want to
rap.
watch a little riff and then
Yeah, then we'll stop
Sure.
it.
Who's that?
Riff
Riff
Raff.
Raff. He's
great.
hilarious.
Pull up with the lamb text.
He got big off that VH1 show
Yeah.
that I watched.
I'll tell you the whole Riff Raff story. It's
Please
great.
do.
Clutching Rugers. Black out the two-seater.
Riff Raff like makes a living rapping.
Oh, yeah, he's a
like
really-
a legit rap. Well,
The hood loves him.
That's what he does.
The hood loves him. I've never seen and Andy. They get
hood loves him?
The hood loves
He's
him.
a
They get
he's a
the
funny
hood
guy.
hall pass, like the inner cities
Is
of
that
America.
right?
They
You
love-
can stop it, Jim.
So,
Riff Raff's
okay.
a funny, like his Instagram and his videos.
He's
are
hilarious, bro.
funny.
He's really a funny fucker. So quickly to rewind a little bit, the story behind this is that, well, first of all, let me say that we just shot a pilot for TBS, Three Loco pilot with Todd Phillips producing.
I love Todd. That's my boy.
He's the fucking best.
Yeah.
So he jumped on board as a friend of mine to just throw his name on there to help push it through. You know, very, very nice of him considering he doesn't need to do that,
Yeah.
especially television. So he jumped on board as EP and he just kind of oversees the project. So we're waiting to see if we get picked up. So fingers crossed, there'll be a Three
Yeah,
Loco
good luck,
TBS
man.
show. You know how this shit goes. Hurry up and wait. It's been a year and a half. We
Who
just shot it.
knows?
We'll wait. Who fucking knows? It's a fucking lottery. So I'm seasoned enough to know to not get too attached to the result or the emotion side of it because I'll
Not
go fucking
me.
nuts.
I'd be buying
oh,
stuff
dude, it's
already.
fucked. Yeah.
I'm
Anyway.
new to the game.
So going backwards a little bit, Riff Raff was on a show that you just mentioned called G's to Gents, which was a show where they took dudes from the hood and tried to make them gentlemen, teach them how to have etiquette, not be so ghetto and like, you know.
It's a brilliant show, dude.
Brilliant show.
Brilliant
But
show.
they made the grave mistake of kicking Riff Raff off the first episode.
Correct.
He was the show. They're like, we can't save you, but it's like, duh, that's what's interesting.
He had
to
the
watch.
most personality
He was
by
the star of the
far.
show. Because there's
How did he
prisoners.
grow up?
He grew up in Houston, and he's just he's this literally like neon braids and gold teeth. I remember when I first met him, I was like, is this dude for real? Is it
Yeah,
an
you
act?
thought it was an act.
So basically, long
It's not
story
an act.
short, there's a video. If anyone out there is a fan of Riff Raff and they want to see how this happened, I have a video on YouTube called "A Day with Riff Raff Part 1," and you see me and Andy pick him up at the motel he was staying at, shooting the G's to Gents reunion. And when I went to pick him up, you see the moment we shook his hand and met him. Cut to Diplo record deal, TBS show with Todd Phillips. So anyway,
Wow.
the whole thing was just over an 8-year
He looks
period.
cool as shit, though.
He's got a great look. He's like a good-looking
my
dude.
thing is he obviously he's obviously a little bit of hood, but he brings humor with
that's
it.
what
like
that's what
most
saves
people
him.
look at him like fuck that dude. If he was like, oh, I'm gangster this and guns, he brings
he never talks about being tough, and he's always funny.
Super silly.
So
and his videos are hilarious.
He's really funny.
When he's bulking, he's getting all big.
Yeah.
It's funny, man.
Yeah, he's a funny fucking dude, and he follows that saves him.
That's a lot of creativity right there. It's not
dude. He's just like at first glance, people are like, what is this guy? And then you really dig in, and you're like, I get it.
Well, he gets a lot of hate. You know what I'm saying?
It's too easy.
Who doesn't?
It's like too easy.
He's kind of a cool clown.
Exactly, absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
There's something cool about that.
So anyway, we became friends. A Day with Riff Raff Part 1. You see the moment we met, and the rest just kind of happened naturally. We all recorded music, and years later, we shot a Christmas special for TBS 2 Christmases ago, and they just said these guys need a show, so we just shot a pilot. But anyway, Riff and Andy are my boys, and then
where's
I have another.
Andy come into the?
Andy, where does he come into the?
Yeah, how's Andy come into this whole circle?
Well, he and I are really close friends, and we went.
For a long time.
We found Alchemist showed me Riff Raff on YouTube years ago, and in one of his Riff Raff's videos, he goes, "Y'all think I'm a joke? Call me on the phone 760-8476 whatever his number was." And I called the number, and he answered the phone. And me and him, this is all on the video. A Day with Riff Raff. He answers the phone, and he's like, "We're like, this is Dirt Nasty and Andy Melnakis." He's like, "Oh, quit fucking with me, man." And he's in Houston at this point. And I'm like, "No, it's really us. We'd love to meet you. We're big fans." He's like, "Man, fuck it." He thought it was a joke. Anyway, we really went and met him, became friends, and I think I co-signed him since day one. He's a fucking brilliant guy.
Now he's doing some work on his
yeah. He is.
Yeah, he's calling it bulking like season or whatever, and he's
put some muscle on.
He decided to get buff, and he went and did it.
He wanted to get buff because he was real skinny. Then when he get super buff, now he's back to kind of normal.
He's dropped like 20 pounds.
But he would constantly he'd be on tour and then constantly getting big. And he'd show his meals and just be like Panda Express, all this he's just trying to get big as
right. Yeah, he's just going for the swole. Anyway, great funny dude.
Sure. No, that. You talking about steroids?
Yeah.
100%.
I was going to say.
Well, who gives a shit?
Yeah, no.
No, it's funny. He was talking about how he's just getting jacked.
That's hilarious.
He goes
all the way out.
People at first were like, "Why are you fucking with this clown?" I'm like, "No, trust me. The guy's hilarious." Anyway, it's cool to see him have done so well because I saw it from the beginning. Look at the difference in arms on that. It's like the same person.
Go to his Instagram, Chin.
He's really funny, dude.
You'll see some hilarious shit on
So that's one of my music projects. And I have another one with this guy named Mickey Avalon, who I believe your boy Eddie Bravo produces music. Isn't that right? Yeah. He went to Mickey's house the other day to play him some beats, and Mickey didn't know who Eddie was, and like how that would be a good look for him, and why not work together? So he's like, "Oh, I have no idea." I'm like, "No, that's like Rogan's boy. The guy's classic as a jiu-jitsu thing. He's like you should work with him. Why not?" So now I think they're going to work together.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
Mickey Avalon is my other music group that I do when I don't do it alone. So anyway, that's one of my lanes I do is my comedy music act that I take on the road. So
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's great, dude.
It's definitely fun because I live that life of a comedian, man. I show up into town, I put some smiles on some faces, rock a few songs, keep it moving, and you're in the trenches. You're in. I just did a 30-city tour over 2 months.
Jesus.
So I know at 43 years old, I've learned to split it up. Like I go on the road for
tiring,
12 days, come home for a week.
Yeah.
Hit the road for 10 days, come home for a week.
No kids?
No kids.
Yeah,
no
you can do
kids.
whatever you want. 2 kids.
Yeah, you do too.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have those things one day. There's the key factor that I haven't. I need the woman.
Yes.
So
you said you're in a long. That's kind of
Well, the problem is that sometimes you're attracted to. You're attracted to a certain type of woman.
Yes, I am.
And then there are the women that you trust that will raise your kids, and
we could go down this road.
This is the case. I can tell just by how. I can tell by your forward tilt, by your imagination, by the way you
talk about the forward tilt too. Can we write that down? Forward
yes,
tilt.
Yep.
The question mark body needs to be turned into
exclamation. I know you pull those kind of the kind of girls that are
Ferraris,
delicious, Ferraris, chew toys, whatever you want to call it.
Jesus,
and that's a lot of fun.
That's degrading.
It's a little aggressive.
Ferrari's probably a nice way to say it.
And I think, though, if you want children, sometimes you've got to transition to a Lexus, something that's sensible, that's not going to be in the shop.
No, but Ferrari makes a sedan as well. You can find something that works with kids, too.
You can.
Don't settle, brother.
Go ahead.
You guys familiar with the Madonna horror complex?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
So Madonna horror would mean, I want a Madonna. The Madonna is essentially the Italian for Mother Mary. So as pure as Mother Mary, of Jesus' mother, okay? So I want...
But you want a Nicki Minaj body.
But I want... No, the Madonna horror complex is...
Madonna /horror.
I want Madonna... out in the world, and I want a whore in the bedroom.
You want a freak in the sheets, lady on the streets.
So basically, also to add to that a little bit, I think the Madonna whore complex is also there becomes a point. Here's my pattern: is I'm dating a girl. The sex is amazing. It's new. It's fresh. It's fun. It's like everything's like butterflies and unicorns. And then there comes a point where they become your mother, sister, daughter, and you want to protect them from being a whore. So then the sex suffers, and all of a sudden there becomes this weird thing, this shift that happens for me at least anyway. And therein lies the conundrum.
How long have you dated her though?
We've been together for about 8 months.
Yeah,
and we just actually had the talk the other day. She lives in London. She ain't moving to L.A. I live in L.A. I ain't moving to London.
What are we doing then?
What are we doing? So we're just kind of put it on pause.
You can still be friends.
Yeah, exactly. And I just finally met like a really funny, sweet Canadian girl that wakes up in the morning and is just nice and pleasant and just a total sweet. At the end of the day, you want to be with somebody like nice and fun. 100%. For me, they could be beautiful. 100%. You 99% of the times hanging out with them. You want a good friend.
You're going to become best friends. Yeah.
So exactly. So this girl, I finally met
my best friend
partner.
Fucked other people, but whatever.
Right. Well, anyway, so we're trying to figure it out, but it's tricky. It's tricky. Long distance things. I mean, shit. I live in Venice. A girl in downtown LA is a long distance relationship. That's long enough. So I'm fucking flying 13,000 miles away.
It's a fucking difficult.
It's a fine line because you can live that life where you're constantly in town to town, hook up with those girls and doing that. But I just feel like that road does not end well. We have friends. We have friends who are like that.
I did that, and it's fun for a while. But at the end of the day, I'm also here's the thing too. I'm at this age and this point in my life where I have the dreaded conscience. Like I actually feel bad where I used to be like reckless with girls' hearts. Sure. And I genuinely didn't give a fuck about how I was acting or the repercussions of my actions.
As you get older.
And you get older and all of a sudden you don't want to be a piece of shit like that.
You don't want to leave a wake of misery.
Yeah, and it's just, you know what it is? And that's, I struggle with that lately because not giving a fuck really works with a lot of things, especially in this business. Yeah. You walk in a room, you don't give a fuck. When you walk in an audition and you care too much, they see that all over you. And it turns them off.
Jay Leno on the Zen Diaries of Gary Shandling. Did you see it?
Oh, yeah. Loved it. Fucking amazing.
He said, don't make this business your mistress. Or the business should be your mistress. Don't make it.
Yeah, it should be your side bitch.
Don't marry it. Right. Let it be your mistress.
Who said that? Who said that don't get in show business if you want to be happy? It's a famous old saying.
It'll break your heart.
Dude. But the one time you get that good news, it's funny actually, man. You got to be able to take you got to be able to take the no's, and there's a lot of no's, and if you can't take rejection, it is personal sometimes because you invest yourself as a producer, writer, creator.
Then maybe it's not for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Some people can't handle the.
I always say if you're going to play in the NFL, you're going to fuck your knees up.
Right.
If you play in this business, you're going to deal with a lot of disappointment. Don't be surprised.
I like the NFL comparison because when people always ask me, like I've had moderate success, but in this business, moderate success is good success. You know, if you work enough to pay the bills, I think 90% of SAG or more makes under 20 grand a year or something alarming.
It's 1%
like
or less of actual like entertainers making a living doing
like
it.
I'm so blessed. Like I've fucking done studio films and network shows and like, dude, it's all, I've gotten a taste of everything and it's like most people never even get any of that. So I've been extremely fortunate and I don't even work that much, but I use the comparison. I say, it's like I'm in the NFL and I'm on the field. So I'm in the game. I'm just not the guy at the end of the game that the cameras are running up interviewing me after, but I'm playing ball. I'm there and I'm in the game and I'm on in field. You know, I might not be starting, might get a little PT, but just being on the field's enough for me.
That's right.
It's enough. I don't need to be, because here's the thing. In Hollywood, you're driving down the street and you could look up at a billboard and see your peers and be like, man, why am I not working as much as them? And trust me, they're calling their agent going, why am I not? It's never enough.
I heard that.
Where does it fucking end?
Somebody said something really great like that. I can't remember who it was.
It's just, you're never going to be fulfilled because it's just
everybody has a level. Like Denzel's mad he's not directing. Ray Liotta's mad he's not Denzel. It just goes, you can just go all the way down the list.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. So I'm finally starting to understand that. And actually listening to your podcast the other day about when you're talking about when you got your 13 episodes picked up. Congratulations. That's the best news ever. Amazing. Especially because what I think it was like a couple of years ago, you had the spin-off for a year ago. And then it got ripped. Like I've had that one happen where
he was the first guy I called.
Dude. That one, I felt for you because I've been gutted.
He felt really bad, but for me, I'd been
you handled it like a G, dude. You handled it.
I've been through it
you
so
took
often.
it on the chin. And I remember one time I booked a pilot for WB back in the day that it was a Steve Martin pilot. There was the Mindy and Brenda show. Mindy's the girl who's the Indian actress who's in everything now, The Office.
Oh, yeah, she's
it was
all
her
over.
first show that Steve Martin saw play. They did. So I got booked on. There was a sitcom live audience.
That's a big deal.
Big deal, right?
And
so
you wanted badly.
So my agent at UTA calls me up and he goes, "Congrats, the pilot's picked up." I go, "Pop the bottle picked up? Like I could go celebrate?" He goes, "Go celebrate, bro." In the air, Steve Martin's flying to New York for the upfronts. They changed their mind. He turns the plane around midair and comes back. I'm out celebrating. The show's picked up 13 episodes.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
It's happened to me.
Dude, gutted.
That same thing.
Gutted.
So,
because I even knew to say, for sure, like, pop the champagne. And then I learned, don't celebrate until you're on set. And then don't even celebrate then.
Can I tell you what also
canceled
happens?
after the pilot.
Not only that,
So what'd you do after that?
Fired. You can get fired. And everybody
What did I do? I learned and lived and kept going.
That happened to you, Tubi?
Well, not only that happened to me, but I've also seen plenty of times where at the table read, the person gets fired.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah,
I've seen that in movies. I've seen that. So you go
because they're not good.
They just are just not right for the part. Oh, we made a mistake. We're going to go with this other person. But you have to understand, when you get a pilot, just getting it.
That's enough. That's a win. That's a victory.
You want it so badly, and then you just go.
You smell blood.
If it goes,
we gotta hope it.
If it goes, I won't be out of work for the next year. If it doesn't go, I'll be out of work for the next year.
But here's the thing: even if let's say you're a new actor and you're on a sitcom, you get your 13 episodes. That you didn't make.
My favorite is young actors.
You still got to fucking.
But you created the character, so there's a different situation.
Yes, but my favorite is, and I'm not my favorite, but what I get. I've been doing this so long that when I do a TV show, and any pilot I've ever done, it's always the younger actors who are so excited. I get it because I was that way, and they're like, then they're making plans and they know it's going to go. But of course it is, and of course I know it's not going to go. Mm-hmm. Of course I know that it's.
You've seen the shows.
I know that it's that where it's 100% not going to go because of 1,000 things, especially because I can see how this network. Watch this. This is when you really know it's not. The network is so happy. They're flipping. They are just, they're like already making plans. They literally are saying, did you hear that? I don't know if you heard, but they're so, they can't believe it. They're totally in love. I go, we're dead. Okay, cool.
How about this one? I remember I was doing the show on the WB back in like 2000. It was Amanda Bynes' show called What I Like About You with Jenny Garth, who was America's Sweetheart from 90210. Yep. And I was like the boyfriend of Jenny Garth / older brother of Amanda Bynes. And so I'm on the WB at the Warner Brothers lot, fucking making amazing money. I'm so young and cocky. I take it for granted so much. I remember after like season 2, I get a call from the head writer visiting my family on the East Coast, and I get a call and they're like, "Hey Simon, so we just want to let you know, like, if you notice you're going to be written in these episodes this season less and less, don't worry, we're not writing you off the show." And of course, I took it as, we're writing you off the show. Like, why the fuck else would you be telling me that?
That's right.
And I just remember thinking at that point, okay, just at least you're writing, at least you're still on the show for another, 13 episodes, whatever. Back 9. It was a back 9. Yeah, it was a back 9 order. So I remember thinking, fuck. And then learning my shit, like, okay, well, you got 21 episodes on. That's fucking amazing. Like that's very difficult. And this was 17 years ago, like, 2000, 2001, something like that. Anyway, that's back when they were making a lot of sitcoms. A sitcom, by the way, is the best gig in Hollywood. You're in your pajamas all week. You don't have to put on hair and makeup till Friday night. It's a live play that you can fuck up.
That's right.
Cut.
That's right.
So you get the excitement of live performance.
Well, Seinfeld,
dude, it's the
Frasier,
best.
all those shows, Friends. It's so you come in on a Monday, you do a table read. You'll get on your feet and maybe block it a little bit, but they're going to be changing the script.
It's the best.
So there may not be any point. Best. So I'll tell you what. Thanks for coming in at 10:30. It's 11, maybe 11:05. Go ahead and have some breakfast, or we'll see you later. That was my day. Then you come back in 9 of civilized hour, maybe 9:30.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, and now we got the new script. And now we're gonna just do some blocking. We're gonna be joking and laughing. When I say blocking, they're just getting the cameras right, and you're gonna be stepping and doing. So maybe I'll come in this way. Yeah, do that, and then you come in there. Ha 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 ha. And then okay, good. Let's break for lunch, and then maybe we'll just go home And then Wednesday.
I'll tell you the best gig is a game show host.
Man, that would
impossible
be
to get, but you shoot an entire season in a week or week and a half.
That would be ideal.
Run for a season, but you get paid for all those shows.
I'd rather die, but it's true. I could never do it. But
but the sitcom is a dying thing. There's only how you can name the sitcoms on one hand, like actual three camera. There's single camera comedy shows, but not a live audience laughing. No. That doesn't exist too much anymore. You're one of the only ones left.
But also back in the day when I started interrupting.
No, it's
back
okay.
in the day when
it's like it's your show or something.
When you guys were doing sitcom stuff like that, and there were all those sitcoms, WB and ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox.
There was
so many networks.
Well, that was it, right?
That was it, right? That was all there is. But now, if you're a creative dude and CBS, NBC, TBS all go, nope. You go, all right, well, I'm going to get my shit together. I'm going to get my creative friends together and post this on YouTube.
Right.
And create all this content on YouTube.
Now that's the first thing people are doing. You got Netflix.
Yeah, it's changing so much, right? Netflix, exactly. Or Netflix is somebody you could take
factory.
it. Yeah, Netflix is changing everything.
I got a friend who has 5 shows on Netflix.
YouTube, I'd say YouTube's the factory.
Yeah.
It's just
because
YouTube,
because Netflix, you still have to get cleared by some head of it.
Right.
Where YouTube is the three of us go, let's start a TV show that we want to upload digitally and get a fan base rolling. You can do that.
Well, it's like the best and the worst. Like you look on YouTube and there's so much shit out there, but once in a while there's a little diamond in the rough that you'll find out. Like Riff Raff, for instance, found him on YouTube. He was that diamond in the rough. It's like 9 times out of 10 or more, 99 of 100. You're not going to connect with something.
They call it the cult of the amateur.
Is that what it is?
It's just nothing but amateurs.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, but once in a while you can recognize something in there.
You ever hear the guy Andrew Keene wrote a book about this called
Andrew who?
Andrew Keene.
Andrew Cunanan?
Andrew Keene.
Right.
You got to listen to me. You're not listening.
Sorry.
I'll kick you off the show in an hour. No, you got an hour. And but Andrew Keene had a great metaphor. Did you ever hear the infinite monkeys metaphor?
No.
So there's a mathematical principle where if you had an infinite number of
they could write a script,
banging away at a typewriter.
Eventually, a script.
Eventually, someone's gonna.
One would create a
There's only one comma wrong.
One would create a masterpiece.
Okay.
Just by accident, because the law of numbers would say that.
Right. Got it.
And he's like, on YouTube, you can find the Riff Raff.
Okay. Got it. Right. Got it. True. Fair enough.
Got a bunch of monkeys.
No, Oh, yeah. Like I said, YouTube's good and bad. There's a reason why it's so hard to get TV shows. There's a reason why it's hard to get on network TV, or even to get a big time digital show or a big time YouTube Red show, or there's a reason why it's so difficult.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
It should be.
Yeah.
This is just the old. Remember your kid? And you'd hold your arm up.
Oh my God!
Remember your kid?
The teacher, I'd be like this.
That was you saying to the teacher, "I really care about this." So I look at you guys.
I'm so singularly focused that all I see is reach. Oh,
right. You're just a fighter. You just can't stop thinking about fight. Right.
I just see reach.
What do you think about my reach overall?
I'm very happy with it.
I think I just need to learn how to throw a punch, and I'd be able to abuse these.
Tell you what. I'm training.
Teach me, dude. I'm not kidding. I need to learn some stuff.
Come down.
You guys are turn that.
Come down.
I need to learn. I trained a little. I trained at 10 Goose. Shout out to Nick Goosen. His dad trained me a few times, so I got to learn some fundamentals. He was really teaching me. It's about these 2 knuckles right here, and about turning that wrist over and pulling back. You see that? And then so it's put the cigarette out with the back foot. Answer the phone. Cigarette out. Answer the phone. Cigarette out. Answer. Cigarette out.
What
answer
story
the
are you going to tell though?
Phone.
You don't fuck around.
I don't play, dude. I will seriously in one foul swoop double kick your teeth out.
I can tell that, dude. So and I have Invisalign in. This costs me a lot of money.
Yeah, I won't do it. Yeah, I just met you guys, but I feel that
if you have to.
So
I got you.
Where were we again? We're talking about. The toughest thing I've ever done: killed a pig with my bare hands.
In Hawaii?
I wanted to talk about in Hawaii boar hunting. Can we? And I just want to get that out of the way so the audience out there is like, this guy beats up people in Australia and kills people.
It's hardcore.
Avec un couteau? Sorry, that's French. With a knife?
It's Japanese, but
pas français.
With a knife.
Really?
So can I tell you the quick cliff notes?
Please.
Do you mind?
Do you mind? Points his chin. He's
I
the
wish Chin had been
keeper.
like, nah.
Not.
No, but see, then,
what else you
I
got?
don't mind. Then I would have kept.
What if Chin went? What else you got?
Right.
Yeah,
so I'm in Hawaii. Tropical paradise on the island of Kauai. My friends are local. One of my friends' husbands is a hunter.
Yes.
He takes me out one day. He's like, "You want to go boar hunting?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude. I eat meat. Let's go. I got to experience that once in my life." So we go out with the bad boys, with the trucks, the dogs with the GPS collar, guns, knives, everything. I'm out there with a knife and a crocodile Dundee fucking knife. We're out there and they want me to get the kill because they want to live through the haole, the white boy. They wanted me to get the kill, right? Haole is the white man. They call out there. Haole. I'm the haole, but I'm with the local bad boys, so I'm all good. So we go out into the fucking jungle.
Kids, Hawaiians.
What's that?
Normal
guy.
Hawaiians,
yeah,
Brian.
yeah,
Let me get through the goddamn story, man.
Yeah. So these are some cowboys. They live out on the land. They fucking kill their, spear fishing, all that shit. So anyway, we get out there, and one of the big fucking boys, I hear him go, "Get in here, brother!" I fucking run in, and he's holding the boar. It's a sow, a female boar. It's a 130-pound sow.
And he's
holding it down with his foot, and the thing has these tusks, and it's snarling. And the dogs are holding each limb. So 4 dogs are holding down each limb, and they taught me before where you stab it is in the back of the rib cage through the ribs into the heart is the most humane way to kill it. So the first stab, I'm shaking.
The most humane way after the dogs are
right.
pulling in 4 different directions.
And one guy's stomping on his throat.
But I mean, I'm just doing what I was told. So I go for the stab, but I'm shaking from adrenaline. I mean, this is intense shit.
Sure.
So I stab and I hit bone, and it makes this noise that to this day my Jewish guilt meter went through the roof. Oh, try it again, brother.
It's not very kosher.
Dude, I got it in on the second hit, and I just felt this hot air just whoosh,
really?
Like a queef of love.
Really?
And the thing just folded.
You took its life, and its pig spirit went into your body.
Yeah, exactly.
And then did you
I gutted it right there. I gutted it right there. And they go, tradition, brother. You got to eat the heart, brother. I ate the heart.
No.
They go, we just get him, brother. That's my racist Hawaiian imitation.
No, it's pretty good, though.
And I spit it out. And it's like still beating practically. I could still taste the iron. And I spit it out. And to this day, when I go back, they're like, that's the haole that ate the heart, brother.
You're crazy as fucking Australia and Hawaii.
Dude, I'm an international local.
You're a pig heart eater.
Yep.
And you'll take a guy off stage and
whoop his
wail
ass.
on his
I knew when I came out here.
Only international is he a badass.
I know
only
exactly. Well, no, that's national technically.
That's national, but it's off the
coast, right?
It's off the mainland.
So my point is I wanted to come here and impress you guys with some tales of,
You already
tough
have.
tales. Okay, good.
Did you eat that boar?
So check this out. This was the egalitarian feeling that
It's a sow, wasn't a boar.
It was a sow, right?
Oh, yeah.
I felt the only word I can describe, it was maybe the best feeling was to feed a neighborhood of children, women, and everyone came around and they're all eating.
With your pig.
With my pig. And we take it back and they know how to cut the meat off, and we had a big wok with ginger and soy. And we're eating from 3 hours ago, my kill, and feeding. All the kids start coming around eating, and I'm feeding everyone from my kill. I'm the egalitarian king. I'm the one who shared.
I love
and it
that.
was the feeling that I had.
Primordial.
It was so hunter-gatherer, and then because we're so disconnected from our meat and our hunt and everything, and then the next day I got a coffee enema, so I went from man to bitch in 12 hours.
Yeah, coffee enema.
Yeah, my friend was the hunter's
He had
mom.
to clean himself of all that non-kosher pork.
I'm all about weird experiences, so she was like, my friend's mom was like, do you want to do a coffee enema? I do them.
Why?
I don't know. I want to try it. Why do you judge me?
Why do people? No, I'm down. I like coffee more than anyone. So if I gotta stick it up my ass, I need to figure out why.
Okay, I think
You don't need to.
There's a lot of health benefits of the coffee enema. One of them, I think it activates and gets that shit going down there, and
it gives you a coffee rush.
You definitely get high because it's a suppository. Like you can put drugs in your ass and get high. And
so do I just grind up my old French roast and stick it up the old?
No, there's a whole way to do it. You'd want to go to a place they do them here. I think too. Anyway, I think Janet Jackson's
You put coffee
famous
in a thing. It's in your ass and it goes up.
I just get like one of those bong rip things and put it in my ass.
There's a whole thing. You would have someone do it. You don't.
You know what? I have a kit. I'll come over to the house.
Right. I'll supervise. Hey, in any case, I went
here
for the coffee.
Here for the coffee.
I went from covered in blood, savage hunter
to
like
your ass.
She folded me up like a little baby on the bathroom, and she had my legs up, and she's just. Can you guys see?
And there's health benefits to it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. Well, men.
Have you ever had a massage?
Yes.
Because you're a good-looking kid. Have you ever had a massage and then and hooked up with the gal that's massaging you?
No, I don't think I ever have done that one. But
are you talking about a happy ending?
No,
like a shady place.
I'm just saying. You get a
idea.
massage, you start talking to a girl, and then.
I think they need to restructure the whole happy ending thing and make them happy beginnings. Hear me out. Hear me out.
That's all I can think about.
So the whole time, all you're thinking about is either what's going to happen, are they going to offer me a hand, what's going on? So the whole time you can't relax. So if they give you a hand job at the top, then you get to enjoy a 30-minute whatever you decide to do afterwards when you're so relaxed. Happy beginnings. I swear, dude.
That's the greatest idea ever.
So let's
get in on this.
happy
because
beginnings.
The whole time, like, what's going to go on? She's kind of close to my asshole. She's really getting in there. Usually that's the sign.
You know what I mean?
Doing?
Not that I've ever done that.
I'll cat my hips back while she's done. Where are we going with this?
Speaking of cat hips back, can I ask you guys? You guys seem to be athletic, in touch human men. Can I ask you guys a question favor?
8 inches.
I have the question mark. My posture, I noticed I noticed it the other day. My friends were filming at the beach, and I watched a clip of us, and I noticed I had the question mark posture.
That's fine.
Where I'm like this, and my pelvis is out.
Yeah.
So I need to stop. I need to tuck.
Hips back.
And I need to be more straight and less.
Well, here's what I'd say. It's called a posterior tilt.
Yes, posterior
so now
tilt.
Watch this.
Let's see.
So
what do you got?
Here I am.
You have a great body.
Yeah, I have a really good body. Now here I am. Now I've got. Don't worry about that. You're going to get confused. My ass pops way out. All right.
We call it
all fast twitch. Now here's the thing.
It's an apple bottom.
A lot of people stand like
Yeah, that's me. That's me. That's me. That's me.
Okay, so that's because you're relaxing.
Okay.
All that I want you to do is.
I see what you did.
And it's going to be impossible
I'm
to focus on all the time.
Muscles.
Right.
These are lengthening.
Okay.
And there are exercises.
Are you tight? The glutes,
the
right?
Lower glute
Right.
is
Correct.
engaged. So see the difference? That's called.
Right.
That's my proper posture as opposed to.
And also sleeping. I can't sleep on my back, but they said to put the pillow under the knee so you get the flattened out. You know, your core is sort of flattened.
Put the pillow
Or if
under
you're
here.
on your stomach, you put one under your stomach. Actually,
Dude, I don't mean to switch it up.
No, switch
I've
it
had
up.
trouble sleeping. I never had
because you have
trouble
8,000
before.
coffees a day. But go ahead.
No, not anymore. I was thrown up, so I had to chill out on it.
Okay.
But someone sent me some CBD, non hallucinogenic,
Right, non-psychoactive, right.
Yeah, non-psychoactive CBD.
It helps.
Kind of thing that you can put under your tongue.
Uh-huh.
And it said helps with sleep, anxiety. So I'm
Right.
like, I'll fucking give it a go. I need
Did
something.
it work well?
Dude.
Okay, good.
I was.
But you're not a
fucking-
pothead, right?
No.
Okay, that's probably
It
why.
put you out.
Perfect.
Oh, out. But I wasn't like.
Were you
I didn't
eating? Were
wait-
you eating before you went to bed?
No. Hey, doc, I got this. No, it's none of that.
Why do you think it happened though?
I mean, I got a
just
lot of
stress,
shit going on.
stress.
Yeah, it's not a diet. Or
So let me try. Let me apply what you just taught me really quick. So
Okay.
see, I am this guy, lazily, maybe 1 foot is in. So I need to.
1 foot head.
Well, don't spaz out. Hold on.
Okay, I need to.
It's not. It's not.
Can
It's
we talk
not.
about breathing later?
Stand-
It's not realistic.
Stand right here. Now, just tilt a little bit. I think you're fine. I don't
Really?
see that as a
Okay,
problem.
okay.
I don't see that you have a sway back.
Okay.
I don't see that. I'll get you naked and I'll get you moving
Perfect.
around.
Let's do it.
in a
Happy.
corner.
Put your hands
happy
on 'em.
beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm going to take a belt to you for no reason.
Perfect. I love that. I need to be. I need some. That Jordan Peterson structure in my life. You know what I mean?
that
Some
to you.
slappy.
I'm going to give that to you.
Yeah. So anyway, I killed a pig a sow with my bare hands and fed a village of people, and that was amazing. Have you guys ever hunted and killed?
I have hunted and
Oh, you
killed.
go on this trip.
I've done that with Rogan several times.
How does
but
it
I've never-
feel good? Something
Rosen's out there right now hunting.
Is he?
killing. Yeah.
I've never.
I don't know if he's in Kauai, but he's in Hawaii.
I've never fed he got into archery, so I'm never invited anymore.
Right.
But
Why? Because you're not
a
art.
village. He
You
bought
gotta
me
train.
a bow. I just don't
You
have
gotta,
time.
train
I don't
to
have
do it.
time.
Right.
I don't have time to become.
Oh, because you don't care,
Archer.
Brian. Because you don't
There's
care.
a lot of. There's a
When he
lot
told
of
me
power in
he
that.
got you that gift, I'm like, well, that's not a gift for Brian. That's a terrible gift.
I don't have time to arch.
Give him a bazooka. if
Can
you
I
want
do
to
a
hunt.
shameless plug?
Yeah,
I have
please, then
I'm
we'll do
owners
current
of
events.
of a rolling paper company. I know you guys aren't potheads, but I'm sure you have a fan base of stoners out there.
Sure.
So I just wanted to leave these on the table because you have a beautiful
Good.
table with stuff. This is my rolling paper company called White Boys. Self-explanatory. Didn't know that's the slang on the East Coast for papers. They're called White Boys. So a buddy of mine patented the name, and
I like
we
that.
became
That's
partners
dope.
on this. And they are organic, no chemicals, and you can find them pretty much nowhere. But I just wanted to plug them. So.
Nowhere.
Yeah, they're really not
White
available
Boys
yet.
rolling paper.
Yeah,
you don't
but-
use those, lose
no,
my goddamn
right,
number.
Exactly. But I just figured I'd throw it out there because why not? We're here.
That's great.
So that's all the promo I'll be
I
doing.
dig
on this
it, brother.
episode,
I
right.
like
You got some current events, Jen?
Yeah.
Now this is, I don't know if you listen to
Oh,
the show.
yeah, news. Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
into some current shit, dude.
What do you got?
You guys want to
Jen?
watch this Riff Raff thing or just go to the current?
Yeah, let me see it. Which one is this? This is
Not
Riff Raff
sure
doing
what
a
this
little
is.
bit.
I am TJ Gesundheit. It's a bold day in
TJ
Boulder, Colorado. There's a new guy in town by the name of Riff Raff, and he is running amok over here at the G Fuel Energy Drink Company. What we have right here is what's known as a shaker cup. It has I assume this is where you nourish yourself. Nice.
It's a new
color
sponsor
tones.
for him, so it's a creative way of doing it.
What in the blue blazes? The package. Here's the ingredient. Very simple.
He's a funny fucker.
16.9 ounces. This is a fruit frenzy. Gotcha.
I love stupid shit like
He's great. He's fucking great.
Look at this mustache.
Gotcha. Wow.
Gesundheit.
I mean,
Tight over here at Eyewitness News at noon.
All right, Chin.
Okay. I
love dumb shit.
Dude,
I love dumb shit.
Yes,
like
he's fucking great. He's fearless. He's fearless. And that's as good as SNL, but like he could be on SNL. Like he's fucking fearless, dude.
He's smart.
Yeah, he's a smart. People just think he's some dumb dude who's rapping. No, dude. The guy knows exactly what he's doing.
He's got real humor.
Yeah, he's a funny fucker.
The first one, Kanye West.
Yeah.
He was at
Wait, what did he do today? What is it now?
No one saw it. No one saw it.
Wait, what today? What is it today? Something different than the last few days?
This was yesterday.
Yeah. What was it yesterday?
So he did a 2-hour-long sit-down interview with Charlemagne where they went over everything because he's been
Charlemagne the God. Yeah.
Charlemagne the God, who I like.
Yeah, I do.
And then the Charlemagne the God interview was whatever. It's Kanye, and he kind of goes into everything that he's dealing with and how he went crazy and all that stuff. But then he goes on TMZ.
He's actually on TMZ right there.
He was on TMZ. No, he freaks out on TMZ, and he
this is great.
And he goes, and this is the reason why I'm wearing the Yeezys today. One of the reasons he goes, y'all the reason why I got lipo. I got addicted to opiates. I got lipo because because at TMZ he's like, y'all guys made fun of my brother-in-law because he's fat. So I got self-conscious for my wedding. I got lipo. And I got addicted to opiates. Wow. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And then he keeps going off and goes, he says, slavery was a choice. Slavery's a choice. And so everyone's freaking out. And one of the producers at TMZ started arguing with him. They got into it, right? Kanye apologized to him. Was like, dude, you're yelling. We're going to look fucking
crazy. Do you think this is real, or is this all because we're sitting here talking about it?
Well, he does have an album coming out.
Right.
So he always does some
was he saying slavery is a choice in your mind, or how does that?
See, this is a touchy subject, but and he goes on Twitter to say this. He goes, I'm not saying back in the day our ancestors chose to get on that boat and be shackled. What I'm saying is slavery is a choice now in the black culture mind.
Right.
Is what he's trying to say.
So,
Kanye West is
which
saying,
is a book.
Kanye West is saying you can get yourself out of that. I always say one of my favorite books is Black Rednecks and White Liberals by Thomas Sowell, a black scholar. It is a mind-blowing book, and he's I think a lot.
This is what Kanye is saying.
A lot of people like Kanye, and a lot of people like that other woman the red pill, the black woman. There's a growing movement in the black community that are embracing a conservative way of thought. The idea that this is up to us, that we have to look internally at our cultural habits in the ghetto and things like that to get ourselves out and take a look at ethnic minorities, middleman minorities, like, different groups that have done so. West Indian blacks, African blacks who come to this country have a very similar immigration experience, as do many other groups. Why?
So it's a socioeconomic issue.
It's a socioeconomic. It's a cultural issue.
But listen, what
Kanye grew up in Chicago, and he's taking
on the south side.
He's saying, so Kanye's seen a lot of self-defeating behavior.
But listen what he says. He goes, to make myself clear, of course I know that slaves did not get shackled and put on the boat by free will. My point is for us to have stayed in that position, even though the numbers were on our side, means that we're mentally enslaved.
There you go.
The reason why I brought up the 400 years point is because we can't be mentally in prison for another 400 years. We need free thought now. Even the statement was an example of free thought. It was just an idea. They cut out our tongues so we couldn't communicate to each other. I will not allow my tongue to be cut.
And social
Kanye versus the media is modern day.
And by the way, guys, the nowadays, especially if you're black, and a lot of black people are complaining about this, you have to be a liberal and a Democrat.
Right, of course.
And a lot of them are going, this hasn't worked for us in 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Thomas Sowell does an amazing job of looking at black incomes and how families were together until the 60s. And he makes a very interesting case. I don't know all the numbers, but it's a great book.
Well, I'd be interested in it. I'm black from the waist up.
I know you are. I know you are. But for the most part, I appreciate what Kanye West is trying to do. He's saying something's broken, and I'm trying to address it, and it's never politically correct because it's way easier to say, wait, we're all victims and we have somebody to blame. Kanye is saying that's not the way to go.
Okay.
What he's saying is that this is in our own... a lot of these things can happen in your own brain. You can solve these problems. You can...
I can get down with that.
There's a black South African who said, radical economic transformation doesn't start out there, it starts in your mind. And he's
saying some crazy shit for sure, though. The lipo thing was hilarious.
Right. And that whole thing with his mom, it's obviously an issue. Remember, his mom passed away from the surgery and all that shit. I wonder if opiates are the root of all this. It could be.
Well, that's what he said.
You know what I mean? That shit fucks your head up.
No, but he's also a thinker, and he's presenting new ideas. Thomas Sowell. Read Thomas Sowell. He's fucking amazing.
I'm going to write I'll forget, so I can write a couple of them.
Black Rednecks and White Liberals. It's a very good book.
He's definitely saying some crazy shit, but a lot of it is good.
Okay, so that's the Kanye news as of this.
He's got guts, man. I think Kanye's got guts, and I think his heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
I
agree. I think his heart's in the right place.
He grew up in the South Side of Chicago, and I think he saw that there were a lot of things going on in the South Side of Chicago that were self-evolved problems. They were not problems from. Look, I was a history major. You can pick up a history book and know that being black in this country was not easy, and there was a constant sort of assault on just resources, and you just didn't have. Listen, we can go on and on, no doubt. But the bottom line is that if you begin to look at yourself as a victim, you're looking for somebody to blame.
That applies to so much, though. That applies to
that doesn't get you out of things. The Jews. Just give me a really quick. I just want to just think about this for a second, guys.
Oh, are you about to go
the Jews?
Deep?
The Jews in the first part of the 20th century, after 1945, 6 million had been systematically slaughtered, gassed, starved, worked to death. Okay, we know that. It's called the Holocaust. There had been many different pogroms before that for about 1,000 years, especially in Russia and things like that. In Poland, I think this is the number, there are 3 to 4 million Jews. By the end of World War II, in a period of 5 years, there were 50,000 left. Ready? So that's a catastrophe, right? They made up less than 0.2%. Let me say it again. They made up less than 0.2% of the population of the world, okay? Now, ready? They didn't have a homeland, so they kind of tried to start settling in Israel. We know how that went. In the latter part of the 20th century, the latter 50 years after that catastrophe, 1/3 of all Nobel Prize winners were Jews.
That's right.
1/3.
I knew you were going to go there. And I love
but here's the difference between Jews and blacks, though, especially when it comes to America. Jews were allowed to own property and businesses.
Not always.
Blacks weren't.
Not always. And
they were before blacks.
There are differences. There are 100% differences. I'm not trying to make. There are differences in all middleman minorities, but there are a lot of examples, and Thomas Sowell draws this distinction, where there are a lot of examples of middleman minorities, like the ethnic Chinese. For example,
again, they were allowed to own land and property.
Well,
here,
not really. Actually,
they were ahead of blacks, though.
Well, that's not the only reason, and that's all I'm saying. So I think Kanye West is trying to open the door to that conversation.
I agree. I agree with you, B. There.
Well, he's opening the door. Yeah. That's just door's open.
And I wonder if it's long overdue, and it's time to start using everybody for what their potentials.
I wonder if drugs are part of all this, or if this is strategically.
He's sober now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he got off the drugs.
Okay, okay. He's sober, like nothing. He doesn't.
I don't know if he's sober.
Prescription meds, but then they're thinking
that's the fucking death. That's the problem.
He's not taking enough.
Like a lot of people say I'm sober, but they're still taking just because their doctor gave them something.
Have you ever had any drug issues?
Yeah, I ran out of some once.
You son of a bitch.
What else you got, Chin?
Yeah. I smoked weed forever, and
I don't do it anymore?
No, I not nearly as much as I used to. I used to have to be stoned to come to a podcast or get on an airplane. Now I can't get stoned to get on an airplane or do a podcast. I pick my battles a little more wisely. Maybe end of the night, little nightcap, little weed here and there. Whereas before it was just full on Bob Marley. But now, pump the brakes on that. I was never much of a drinker. I can't drink too much, so weed was always my vice.
What about pills?
I had an issue with those before in the past. Those got me. I had some laser tattoo removal done, and I remember feeling like it grabbing me, but luckily I was strong enough to nip it in the bud. But I felt, oh shit, this. I could see how that could do that to someone.
Was it
spins your head.
Oxycontin?
No, it wasn't that strong. It was just like Vicodins.
What was your thing?
But I fucking do. Those things will grab. Yeah, and it's all the same shit. Any opiate.
It's all the same shit.
Yeah, opioids.
It's just if you take enough of it all.
Yeah, it's a fucking gnarly epidemic. So I
perks.
Yeah, it's all the same shit. It'll fuck you up. Yeah, it's too easy to pop those fucking things. But luckily, I got out of there.
Riff Raff drinks that scissor, right?
Yeah,
I want to try some of that so bad.
You think. You'll just go to bed. I tried it before. You just sleep. It's just basically cough syrup, and you just knock out. It's not that fun. It's very expensive.
I don't know.
Other rappers in the South, it's codeine drink, and you mix it with soda, and it's like this
sugary
social drug.
It's got to be great for your stomach.
Yeah.
And liver.
I mean, soda is so good for you.
People die for it.
I know people even put a Jolly Rancher in it. There's like a whole technique. Like you put they call it lean, but it's actually codeine syrup, and you pour it in certain soda drinks, and you put a Jolly Rancher in and roll it, and it dilutes perfectly to this syrup. I've seen my boys do it. It's like a whole science.
Yeah.
And then you just fall asleep. I'm like, well, I could.
There's some guy in Houston, because it came out of Houston. Some guy, I forget his name.
Yeah, DJ.
He's like the originator of it.
Yeah.
Everyone wants his shit.
Yeah.
He gets a special kind of
Qualitest is the high end one.
It's super, but that codeine that's in that so expensive.
Yeah, it's $700 for a bottle.
What?
Small bottle.
$700 for a bottle this big.
Yeah.
What?
That's why
Yeah,
like
it's
in the
crazy.
hood, everyone wants it, but it's to get that kind of bottle, you're looking at $1,000.
It's crazy.
too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man,
What
that's
else you
got,
have in this
Chin?
world? This sick fucking world.
This is a lighter one. Have you seen this?
I
Where
saw this.
A dolphin
this is
actually
the
hits a
best.
guy.
Yeah, that
No,
was, I
what's
think it was
he
a
do?
cognizant effort of the dolphin to do that. Don't you?
This looks like. I mean, I'll let you
Trying to
watch
get
it
out of the way,
first,
I
but
think.
check
Oh,
this
was he? I
out.
thought he was going for him like a friendly tap.
You see this, B?
No.
So this guy's paddleboarding out into the surf, and some dolphins are heading towards him, and one dolphin, boom,
Dude, he knew what he's doing, dude. They're the smartest
I feel
animal,
like
right?
I feel like Dolphin's like, well, I don't want to run face first in his fucking board.
I think he was jumping
Someone
over the
gets some
board.
hang time.
He jumped over the board.
Yeah, he was doing. He didn't know the guy was on top of that.
He jumped right
And
over
then
the
just
board.
fucking
Watch
quick
this again.
Shoulder check.
You can see
And
he
then
jumped-
I have a
he jumped-
28-second
jumped right
dolphin
over the
story.
board.
It looks like he did it on purpose.
I think he
Let's
did
be
that-
real.
No,
Look at
he
this.
jumped
Watch.
over the
No,
board.
Hands on
he
the
wants
side.
to avoid the board.
Yeah, no, it's a female. You can tell by the dorsal fin. It's 8 inches lower.
What? Dude, amazing. Look at that, though.
A quick dolphin story, if you don't mind.
Please.
There's the only natural habitat for them to swim with humans is in Florida near the Keys. I went with my
Or SeaWorld.
ex-girlfriend, and we went down there to swim with the dolphins, and they come in from the bay, and then they swim with you, and they go back out to their natural environment. So they're happy dolphins. They're not sitting in the Hilton Hotel getting whipped by a Bahamian warlord.
Which turns me on.
Right, me too.
I approve of,
So
yeah.
I'm going to swim with the dolphins, and there's this
Bahamian
very
warlord.
drunk German guy in our. You go with a group of people. So this very drunk
worst.
German guy is being rude to everybody, to me, to everyone. This guy was being a total dick. When he gets in the water, the dolphins felt his dick energy, and they came poking him.
Really?
Poking him. He's like, what the fuck? He had to jump out of the water and was laughing. And then they put a handicap kid in the water, and all the dolphins came and started circling the handicap kid and making him laugh. I was like, dude, they're magical little creatures. So
They know
yes,
what's up.
fuck yeah, that thing knocked him
They
off in
know
a friendly way.
what's
He gave him a little shoulder, you
Yeah.
know.
Welcome
little
to the jungle,
torso
bitch.
check.
Bam.
Yeah.
It's so
He's like, you're in
cute.
my hood. Yeah, it is.
I'm going to stop harpooning dolphins.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, that's just unnecessary.
so fun.
Stop
as a
eating
sport,
in my
though.
tuna.
I know.
Whoops. What else you got, Chin?
You guys
You
wanna-
ever realize that sushi place that you weren't here? Hump. You ever hear Hump?
No. They had
Hump
whales?
was,
Is that where
was
they
an
had whales?
amazing. Yeah, Hump was an amazing sushi place. And when you'd go there, like Fabrizio and those guys, they would bring out a sea turtle, which is actually legal, and they'd cut his throat.
This
and
in
drink
LA?
his blood.
Jesus.
Huh?
In L.A.?
Oh yeah, right by the airport. So ready? So they had all the exotic. So people that were the Japanese that really liked the exotic shit
Right,
would go
right.
there, right? So you'd get a turtle, you get a sea turtle. They have them live. It was
terrible.
crazy. Yeah.
Why the fuck?
And you drink their blood.
I would
and you do
save
all
those
kinds of
turtles
stuff.
if
They'd
it's
have
still
all
there.
kinds of shit. You'd have a lobster walking with his shell open, but it was still alive. So you take
Jesus
it. It was
Christ,
kind of mean.
man.
Either way, it was for the authentic, brutal, killer
Morons.
sushi person,
Okay.
right? But they got shut down.
They did.
They
That was the
got
whale?
found out- got found out that they were serving whale and dolphin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that original. Have you ever had some of that, Chin? Hashtag no racist. You ever
Whale
tried any of
or
that stuff?
dolphin? No.
He's Korean.
Yeah.
I know, I'm just saying, but they eat weird shit too.
No, the most I would have is those live. I would eat
the live squid.
octopus, but it was raw, but not.
You ever seen the live
not
octopus
moving.
squid where they're eating them? It's like sticking on their
Yeah,
mouth. And then it's like
alien
eating
shit.
them.
Those are fucking
The
aliens.
Japanese, the Norwegians, they all the whale trade. Remember, that's how we used to light our houses with whale
Well, yeah. Well, that's what they
whale
were.
oil, and then it
Got-
became rock oil, right? So that
Fossil fuel.
yeah.
Yeah, originally that's why all those mostly were those big fishing expeditions back in the day. That's all for whale oil, right? Mostly, for the most
Exactly
part.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly
God, who's
right.
a fucking whale?
The world was
Dolphin.
running on whale oil. What
Yeah.
a trip!
And that was before all the
I only eat
mercury
blue
was-
whale.
Yeah.
What else
all
you
those
got,
heavy
Chin?
metals
What the
are getting
fuck
in
else is going
I
on?
only
This
eat blue
giant
whale.
rotating mud ball we call her.
Oh, what's this?
go.
It's a guy who owns a little South African safari park, and his lion attacked him while he was checking the cage. Which is,
you mean a lion doing lion shit?
yeah, this
Hit
is
play
so
for
weird
me.
too. I'll
Does he
let you
kill
watch
him?
it.
I don't
no,
see
no.
him
So
die.
he's fine. So he's in the hospital recovering. He's smiling in the picture.
Damn, that
too.
lion got a set of balls on him. We get
But
the
check
back
it out.
end there.
That's a 520-pound cat.
Yeah.
A ranger told him that there was a weird smell coming from the enclosure, so he went to go investigate it.
Was it lion piss?
Fear.
It might have been.
Yeah, lions.
It smells like lion piss.
Also, you know that the lion can kill you so quickly, but in this case, he's probably just going, "Oh, you're a dick."
Yeah, right.
So
He's been-
there's the
listen to what
enclosure.
happened. He's playing.
So that's him inside the goddamn.
No, that's the ranger outside. So this guy, the owner, starts walking in
Damn, that's a big ass lion.
from this side.
Well, don't go into his territory. Who do you think you are?
Exactly.
What do you think?
Have you guys been to
He's
Africa
old
yet?
dude.
Knows him.
You
Sure
see that he's
haven't.
walking in right now, right
Oh,
behind the
and
line.
he's a nice.
look at Elvis.
He's a nice young 75
buddy.
Oh yeah, don't. Oh shit.
My buddy said,
Hold up.
Check how fast he grabs
Oh,
him too.
damn.
So he got him by the neck, like you say,
Oh,
Brian,
snap.
and just drags him.
Oh, snap.
Why did he do that?
He's American. They're American.
So he keeps going at him.
They sound American.
He's British.
Oh, British. Yeah.
So what
When you
happened to
scream,
him,
You lose
Chin?
the accent.
They shot the lion died, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Because they had to protect the guy. I mean, you have to do that.
But
There's a pecking order.
This guy I know trains lions and tigers and all the cats. He goes,
my.
Lions are
That's him.
highly intelligent because they are the kind of animals that essentially are social in their pride. And so they're very moody, and if you don't read their mood, you're in big trouble. May I see the girls up there?
The girls?
Just
Oh,
I
she's
wanna make
okay.
sure
Oh, he's
everything's all
smiling.
right.
He's on his.
Don't click on that. That's big.
Oh, that's clickbait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he
clickbait.
almost got you.
Hey,
So that's him. That's him.
That's him, yeah.
Hold on.
He got his.
But
oxygen.
That looks
Hold
weird
on.
here,
So
though.
he owns that
park.
park.
Yeah.
And he went into the lion's domain. Lion does lion shit,
Yep.
and they kill the lion.
You kind of have to, though. You have to protect
He
the
should
human
stay out of the
being.
fucking cage.
Yeah, it was a dumb move, though. I don't know why. I guess he
That
felt
lion had
super
no problem
comfortable.
carrying a grown man, dragging a grown man
Like that.
at a run. Yeah.
Yeah, did you see that? I mean, and that honestly, I've been to South Africa to those safaris or those parks, and one of the most incredible things I've ever seen is there was just a hillside full of lions, and you ride up, and they start making these really low, like, and they're rumbling, and then all of a sudden you look up and you see like 7 lions.
Are they wild? It's in the
They're
wild?
Yes, they're in the wild.
Oh,
But
wow.
well, I mean, maybe overall it's a huge enclosed area, but you're looking around and you're just in the bus and you're just seeing all these lions and you feel the vibration, almost like when you're at a concert and the bass is low and you feel but imagine these lions in unison growling, the power that you felt so in the food chain, dude. Like you're just like, oh shit. Like they were just rumbling. They're just in there rumbling, just looking at you like
just praying,
licking
that
their
someone
lips.
open
Like
up one of those doors.
Lions will. I mean, like you can tell if that lion really wanted him. That lion was like, "Hey, get the fuck out!"
yeah,
of
he
here.
was playing with them, like when
But-
cats play
Yeah,
with
yeah.
them.
And it
Yeah.
grabs on and doesn't let go.
Oh, you see him. Yeah.
What would be the worst animal you'd have like, what would the last animal you'd want in this room be?
Tiger.
Tiger?
They're
tiger.
twice the size of a lion.
Tiger's terrifying.
Well, okay, what? That's it? So tiger.
Tiger number one.
Well, I think you die pretty quickly.
What
but
would you
but-
get out at
but to
least?
be in the water with a crocodile?
A gorilla would be
No,
terrifying.
gorilla, no problem.
Really? I feel like you could look at a gorilla and kind of reason
you'd be
with it.
fine.
You could look at it and be like, dude, we're
well,
closer on the evolutionary tree.
A polar bear, you're going to die. If you're in the cage with a polar bear, you're going to die. So we'll see you later.
Polar bear.
And it's
Yeah.
not going to be good.
Worse than a grizzly,
And
you
he's
think?
going to eat you.
No, grizzly's
because
shitty
they're-
too. They
Depends
act
on if they
first.
hibernated. There's a lot of elements, dude.
No,
You could've
I'm
just-
saying if you're gonna die by something, like if we put a gorilla in here and he wants to kill you, he could just grab your head and go,
Oh yeah, of course, dude. Try to pick up. Have you ever tried to pick up a house cat that doesn't want to be? You ain't
Yeah.
picking up a cat, dude. You ain't gonna pick up a house cat. What do you think you're gonna do to a
The,
fucking?
the question is what kills you faster.
Right,
and I would
right,
say
right.
the
And maybe
the
one-
problem,
lion or tiger.
I like cats because they grab you by
the neck.
By the neck. And so you're done.
It's done, yeah. It's
Whereas
not a slow
a bear
clock
will
roll or
eat you,
something.
eat
a
your
great
legs.
white's no punk,
A bear
but if
will
you want to go quick.
Did you guys hear about that?
A gray white just bites the shit out of you and you bleed to death. Yeah. A croc, though, I feel like a croc, as terrifying as it is,
I'm
it
gonna live
grabs
for a
you
little bit.
and it drowns you.
which is terrifying.
If you
like,
drown before you get mauled, yeah.
You're
I
like,
guess
you breathe.
Oh
in.
no, what's snapping down, crushing your bones?
You're
in
not
your-
feeling
You're
that.
being eaten alive
You're
would be.
not
Did you
feeling
hear about that kid? This was in the news last week. A kid, the chances are 1 in 6 trillion or something. 22-year-old kid got attacked by a bear, bit by a rattlesnake, and bit by a shark within 4 years.
Sounds like a good.
It's
What?
look
Is
it
it
up. No
Australia?
way, dude. It's real. Look it up.
Is he alive?
Yes, he's alive, and they said the chances
What a
are
badass.
1 in 4 trillion. Some crazy number math. They
Holy-
said the chance of you getting bitten by a snake are 1 in by a bear. And look up.
Sounds like he sucks at life.
Man,
If he
Man
gets
bit
in
by
here-
shark, bear, snake in
Less than 4 years.
That's impressive.
What is he
I wonder if he's
doing?
white.
Yeah. In the where he shouldn't be. Where he shouldn't be.
Look, it's like is that?
I don't want to be this kid's friend. Oh, he's from Colorado.
Of course.
At just 20 years old, Dylan McWilliams of Colorado has already been bitten by a shark, a bear, and a rattlesnake. That's right. The shark
It's a joke, right?
His nickname's Lucky.
week
Yeah.
in Hawaii. That run-in leaving him with several stitches in his leg. Last year, he had to get 9 staples in his head
Jesus.
after a bear invaded his campsite. And as for that rattlesnake, well, that happened 3 years ago while he was visiting Utah. Dylan is doing fine and taking it all in stride. But
Dylan sucks at being in the wild, apparently.
Yeah.
What if he goes looking for
Well,
it?
Dylan's tasty.
He's tasty. I was
Dylan
about to
gives
say
off-
he's got some.
He gives
he's-
off a
He needs to
scent.
stop wearing barbecue sauce as cologne.
Yeah, he's got a full mouth too.
I mean, jeez. Anyway, that's real, right? That's real. That's not
That is
fake.
real.
No, that's real.
That's
That's
real
pretty
crazy.
funny.
I mean, look at that.
I mean, he didn't get attacked by a great white.
The
but-
whole-
It was probably.
He was in Kauai, actually. He got in Kauai. Yeah.
Oh, look at his head right here.
Jesus.
Have you ever heard of a botfly? Botfly is the larva that's only in a couple countries that plants in you, and you could look up YouTube videos where they squeeze it out in a maggot, this big fly. My buddy had it. He had headaches really bad for like a year, migraines. He couldn't figure it out. His wife's a doctor, the family's doctors. They couldn't figure out. Finally, they're like, where have you been? And they put it together that he was in a Central American country, which I can't remember right now. And I guess it's only there in a couple places. He was camping, and he got botfly. And his wife, he showed me the footage. His wife popped his head.
See a botfly, dude? Bring that up for a second.
And the thing flew out and hit the camera. It was wet. Wow. There was a maggot this big that was digging into his brain for a year.
Wow. A botfly.
A bot, B-O-T.
Go ahead and bring that
They
up.
look kind of cute.
It's, bro.
Is it this guy right
But it's
now?
when it's
That little fly?
But it's the larva of that. There it is. See, coming out right there. Okay, so it's common. It's the nastiest.
Shit,
It's
hit
like
us with
straight
a
alien
video,
shit.
son.
That's the
Go
nasty-
YouTube botfly.
It's the nastiest fucking thing.
What happened to homeboy's brain though?
He's
all
okay
right
now. Yeah, he's paralyzed
God,
for life
that's
in a wheelchair.
Hit that botfly removal.
The top one?
Dude,
Is that-
and it's fucking
Dude, insect's huge. No, do the other one.
Belize. It's all. That's where it is. Belize.
Oh, this is that's what
They
we
get
want.
an animal.
compilation.
Insect's huge botfly.
That's what we want.
Oh, and people don't know. Oh,
That's your boy?
Look at, no, but it looks just like that.
Where's it at? I don't get what we're looking at.
Look at this. The thing's wiggling out of his head, dude.
I don't see it.
Wait,
Oh,
you'll see
God,
it.
this is so gross.
And it's going into his
oh,
brain.
it's coming out, dude.
Weird.
You don't see that little fucking thing right there? Right there. Holy shit.
So you got to entice
Could you
it
tell
out.
Theo Von to keep? Is that Theo Von on the other
Theo.
side?
Son of a
bitch.
So you got
kinda
to
don't see
entice it
anything.
out.
Yeah, I think it's
How
like a
long is this
tapeworm when you
video?
put milk to get
It's
it out.
14
You remember
minutes
that?
long,
Hot
so-
milk.
Oh, keep going. Just fast forward. Jim. I don't need to see it.
Oh, I think it's
Eyeball.
Here it is.
Hold on.
Good
Hold on. Go
God.
back. Go back. I
See,
love
that
this.
fucks me up more than
I
anything.
love this. Look at the size
Oh
of it.
God. Jesus.
Oh, so gross.
Well, that's a giant botfly. Maggot.
That's just the larvae.
It's disturbing.
How
to say
dare
the
you
least.
put that into my head?
Yeah,
I'd
you're
be so
right.
pissed.
Right?
That would
Isn't
hurt
that
so
heavy?
bad. You'd be like, God, this headache.
Yeah, right. No, but imagine and it kept growing. He didn't know it was growing in his head for a year. All these doctors
where'd he
couldn't
get it
figure
out?
It was
Where'd
in
he-
Belize.
Oh,
Yeah,
check
it was in
back on
Yep,
there.
exactly.
Okay.
And he was camping in Belize, and it's like where it happened.
I'll check that out.
Where else can you go?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
I go in there.
I feel like there's
What
what,
else
else
you got,
is
Chen?
happening? Yeah, what else is going on in this world?
This one I just thought was funny because, Bryan, you were talking about this guy, Josh Rosen.
Yeah.
Who's that?
And-
Football player?
You're better explaining this. He was in the draft. He got
Josh Rosen was he's a quarterback at UCLA. He got drafted 8th overall, first round. UCLA. His father's one of the top brain surgeons in the world. His mother graduated from Harvard, so he's obviously
Okay.
he's not hurting for money.
Sure.
He's fine. They also thought he was the smartest quarterback in the draft. And he got drafted 8th, and he got on the mic, and they go, "What'd it feel like to be drafted?" He goes, 7 teams made a mistake not picking me. I got a chip on my shoulder, and for whatever reason, you know me, I like everyone. I don't like the kid. For whatever reason, he just rubs me wrong.
Yeah, I get it.
So what's this GM say?
So the Browns vice president, he said that there's just something about him he didn't like. That's why they didn't want to pick him either. And it was due to this meeting he had in the airport with the UCLA volleyball team. So he goes, I was at an airport. He said, UCLA's volleyball team was in front of me. You heard so much about Rosen. He's this or he's that. We know how people talk. So I asked the volleyball coaches, what's Rosen like? He said, you should probably ask his girlfriend. She's one of the players. She's over there. I'm like, all right, coach, that's good enough. I don't know what it is. I don't know what this all means, but there's something about him that bothered me. So he has this thing where people just don't like him for some reason.
Have you ever and that shit happens.
I don't know
Hollywood all
what
the
it
time.
is.
If they don't like someone, they won't hire you based on you being not a likable person.
And then he, he's like, oh, I'm like Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers this. Well, Aaron Rodgers
he
did
got
get
picked,
shafted.
right?
He got picked super late,
and he actually played really well
and got embarrassed. And then he's trying to relate to him, and I don't know what it is. I was like, God, fuck that guy, man. You just look at me, go, fuck that guy.
God,
Can we talk?
Yeah, it's weird.
Can we switch? Oh, sorry, I don't want to.
go ahead.
This
No,
ain't my
that's
show.
it.
But
What else?
What about on Own the Day? Right? Are you familiar with the book Walking? Just kidding. I remember you.
waking, working, learning, eating.
So in the book, he was saying, "Oh, what was that? Something I just thought of that."
You know, it's on New York Times bestseller.
Is it really?
Yeah,
good. I bought
New
it.
York Times bestseller.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah, his open relationship status. That's a tricky one, man. I don't know if I could pull that off. Maybe
Very few
one
people can.
You know what I mean? That's
You gotta be a special type of cat,
dude. Right? My buddy, I got a couple of my friends who pull it off, and I just don't know if is that
I think
something
a better
you
way to
adapt
look at it. I think a better way to look at it is to say, I'm never going to try to control your behavior, and I'm never going to tell you what to do.
But that, I guess,
and then
is that the same thing?
if you go there and I go over here, ultimately you want to see if you keep coming back to the same person.
Right.
I can understand that.
I understand. I think it's
tough,
I don't know how that movie ends for them. For Aubrey, it's great, right?
He's not normal. That dude's an alien, huh?
For Aubrey, it's great, and I think you got to be a special type of person how to deal with it. For like Whitney, I feel like it's tougher on the girls. I feel like if you're Whitney and you want a family and kids and that normal life, but you're in an open relationship, I don't know if that works.
Did you read that book?
But it might. I don't fucking know.
Did you read that book, The Truth and Uncomfortable Book About Relationships? He wrote
that's a buddy of mine.
What's that? His name escapes me.
He's Chad Colchin.
Who?
Chad Colchin.
No, not different person. It's called The Truth and Uncomfortable Book About Relationships. He also wrote the book about The Game. It was called.
Oh yeah,
Neil Strauss.
Neil Strauss.
Yeah.
What about it?
In the book, The Truth and Uncomfortable, he explored that world of open, and it's funny.
What's he say about
Well,
it?
he came back after living that life and living with 3 girls and having a total polyamorous relationship.
sounds awesome.
He was like, dude, it sounds awesome, but then when the reality comes about to having to make all these different women happy with their different person and the clashing of, he's like, it's fucking exhausting. Like one girlfriend could be a lot of work. Imagine 3. So he came back at the end of the book. Oh, maybe I shouldn't ruin it. Spoiler alert.
He's a very good writer.
He's a very good writer.
Game's a very good book.
Yeah, very good book. I was fascinated with that shit. This book is sort of the resolve of that life he led, and then I don't want to ruin the book, but at the end he comes full circle. He comes in a full
realize
circle.
it was in for him, or
yeah, pretty much. I don't want to say it too much, but the book's great.
The game
book's
is
great.
about the basically, he breaks down the psychology of what women
Theo.
broadly are drawn to.
yeah.
And you can dress in a certain way, you can speak in a certain way, you can approach a woman in a certain way, where your chances of getting the result you want, which is her interest, are higher than otherwise.
And this is coming from his research.
Yeah. He actually he's a journalist.
Yeah.
He's a journalist, and he went and talked to these guys that actually run seminars on this. These guys
he's
are making money
submerged
on
in the
how
culture
to pick up
completely.
girls. It's nothing I like. It's real weird.
It was interesting, though. It's interesting. I don't like it either. It's creepy.
But I have to say,
You got a real problem if you go to a seminar.
I know.
That's
But I
a
have to
weird
say
vibe.
that, and I talked to him about it. He's a very small guy.
Yeah, really little.
He's little. He's
Yeah.
not a guy who you'd think of as a ladies' man. And I talked to him. I sat with him at dinner one time, and I said, "What got you to write the book?" And he goes, "I was lonely. I didn't want to be left. I didn't like it." He's very honest.
Right.
Neil Strauss is
Wait,
very
so
honest.
he's a
he wrote
really
the
good
book.
writer.
So
He's very
it doesn't make sense.
Very
He wrote
smart
the
guy.
book because he was lonely. So did the
He
book get
wanted
him
to
girls?
investigate. He wanted to. That's what he looks like. He wanted
That was
to
him before.
investigate.
Oh my god!
That's the same
Yeah.
dude.
Well, I'm not reading the book How to Get Girls from that guy.
But you see what he did? You see the difference? Look.
Yeah, let me look. Yeah, no. Sure,
But-
sure as fuck
but
no on
there
the
is-
right.
there is a difference.
Definitely no on the left.
There is a difference, right?
I'd
There's
almost
like-
trust the guy on the right more than the left.
But there's a difference. Like what he's able to do, he really went off
He
full
transformed.
circle.
It's interesting.
And he
It's-
got girls. He
It's
was
an
wearing
interesting
jewelry and
study in
girls
human
would-
behavior.
Yeah.
One of the things I remember taking from the book, and I actually tried it. I actually tried this, dude. I actually tried this. One of the things is that it's called a neg. Like you make a negative comment to a beautiful woman,
Yep.
but a nice negative comment. For instance, you go up to, there's 3 girls. One's a lot more attractive than the other 2. You talk to the other 2 women that aren't as attractive, and as soon as the beautiful one says anything, you say, "Oh, sorry, you got something right here." Anyway, or you get them insecure. And
I get
these
it.
Weird little
You go up to
tricks.
3 and the hot one's like, "Oh, you shut up, bitch." And
Well,
then
without making
No,
that
my buddy
hard.
did this. I was with this guy and was a beautiful waitress, really sweet girl, and he goes, "Is that a wig?" And
There
the
you
girl
go.
goes, "What?"
Right.
And she goes, "No."
It's a neg.
And he goes like this. He goes, "You ever read the game? It works." I put it on. And he was older. I go, "Dude," if you ever do that around me again,
that's
I'm going to
creepy.
beat you up.
I got an idea. How about being a nice guy?
You fucking loser.
No, it's just
you
interesting.
loser. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
interested in
creepy.
making somebody feel bad so I can get in their pants.
Yeah, it's creepy.
But
Yeah, I'm not buying that he gets ladies. I don't give a fuck what his
Well, now
book
he's got a
is.
family and all that shit.
Well, you're
so.
starting
least it worked,
you're starting out on a lie, right? I mean, that's kind of what
it's-
you're doing.
so you're already- it's-
manipulating.
Well, it's not you. It's not real.
you,
It's not
right.
it's not an original edition of
Yeah.
you. It's a fake.
I think though that
persona.
there are guys that teach, like there are men that freeze up around women, right? They don't know what to do,
And that can help.
And these guys, and the book can help you
Oh,
with
dude,
that.
it was
He's
a
a
bestseller
smart.
for a reason.
Neil Strauss is
Yeah.
actually a smart guy, and he's not a bad guy.
No.
he's a
Yeah.
smart.
Look,
sure
you
some
can't
get-
shame the guy for
You know,
trying to get some ass.
Look at Gabby Reese.
Chin, have you-
look,
Chin-
look at the size of him with Gabby
Have you read
Reese.
the book?
I read the book in like a day and a half.
It's a
400-page book. It's
Did
such
it
a good
help?
book.
It's a very good book.
Honestly, yeah.
It helped.
interesting.
It helped you.
But I mean, it's just
so
an
do you have the
entertaining
girls? And,
read.
what did you learn, Chin?
When you actually do, like, it felt stupid doing it, but when you do it, you start like noticing like it working, little things.
It's
like
funny
even
you say that
touching.
because I was at a club and there was this girl I was talking to. I was so bored. It's with a group of people, and I just read the book and I did a couple of the things. Don't remember what I did. It worked. Like
It's
she was
weird.
Like,
I mean,
she looked at me.
it's
She goes,
really weird.
She goes, She had a boyfriend and stuff, but she goes, "You're an amazing person." She goes, "The way you talk," and I'm like,
You know what's crazy
Taking a
too?
page out
You
of
know what's
the book.
crazy too? If you went to that same girl and just had a normal conversation,
No, that's the
that
point.
works too.
Actually,
That's
no,
true.
No, you have to read the book.
Some guys
The book
aren't
is interesting.
capable. Like you're a confident, good-looking, buff dude that beats people up. You're confident. You walk through life with your chest out.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson said it. Chest out, shoulders. You guys Jordan Peterson fans?
Yeah, I like him.
Chest out, shoulders back. That's why I have the question mark. God damn it!
You're doing it right,
I'm going to
bro.
align
I
you.
gotta meet
I'm
the
going to
middle.
align
Okay,
you
okay,
because you're
okay.
going to take my workshop.
Okay, I love that.
How did we get started on this guy? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, sorry, I made
No,
a
but
horrible turn. It started.
Brendan should shut up when it comes to picking up girls because you're right. He walks in and we call him Hungry Eyes.
Yeah, but also just be a normal human being. I have friends who,
But some
whatever you
guys
want to
don't
call it,
feel that
I've-
way.
Yeah, I
They've
know,
been beaten down.
but
Pull
I
your
don't know
bitch
if
so
I would
quick.
lie to the girl off the bat.
Yeah, but when you're in high school and girls tell you you're gross or, there's a lot of damage that's done to not
Gross.
attract
Yeah,
them.
no, I hear you.
You were varsity blues. You were the biggest stud on the planet. Some guys never have girls don't even look their direction. Not once. Think about it.
And
They
that was
get laid.
probably him. You know what I mean? He was probably picked on.
Definitely, yeah.
That before picture is so tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit you had problems. Yeah.
In the book, you guys would be what they call naturals. You guys already have that thing about you, but a lot of these guys are like computer nerds. They don't know anything about how to
That makes
act.
sense.
So
That makes sense.
They try to teach them those things.
And they're lonely. And mainly, most
Yeah, I
women, they're
bet.
fucking lonely.
How about,
attention.
you know Facebook is doing a dating site now?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
No one pays
That's
attention here. So
smart.
Facebook, because they have all that info and shit, Facebook is actually going to launch a dating site because Facebook's used for hookups
that's
anyways.
good.
And they also know everything
and
about
ready
you.
for this? Zuckerberg said this yesterday at a seminar when he announced this, that 1 in 3 relationships start online today.
I believe
Yeah, I
it.
1
believe
in
it.
3.
I believe
And he
it.
goes, we don't want to be just for hookups anymore. Usually, Instagram, Twitter, and all that, it's just for hookups, people sliding those DMs. So we're going to everyone's hooking up anyways. So now we're going to create an app.
Dude,
for
this all
dating.
came when I'm married in 51. Like this shit when I was young. If I was 30 and there was Tinder and all that shit,
Dude, it's
I would be on
Or
antibiotics all
Grindr.
day long.
You came out way before.
Grindr?
Grindr. You guys-
What's that?
Just fuck, dude.
oh, guys.
Are you guys glad that you had the first roughly half of your life no cell phones, internet? So at least
Yeah.
we have a reference because
Yeah.
I feel looking back, like at least we had I'd say half of my life was without all that shit. So people were different. Oh, I'll meet you at 3:00 at the credit. You had to be.
You
there.
had
There
to
was
be
no-
there.
you
There's
had to
no-
be- people who had different
Yes.
moral ethics. It's that. It's
I like this
crazy.
podcast because I never look at my phone when we're doing
Yeah, I know. You
Yeah.
also have to. Also, if you didn't grow up with cell phones and Instagram and
That's what I mean.
all that stuff and those crazy video games. I grew up on video games, but not like
too.
Avatar 3
Right.
video games. And
Right,
virtual
right.
reality.
Old school.
You develop more of like I feel like a personality and a way to talk, and you figure things out, and you're
my-
more
yes,
active.
dude.
My son's obsessed with Minecraft and he's 6. And I have to take it away from him because yesterday
Well, at least it's
his
just
mom left
Minecraft.
and he was like, I go, what are you doing? And he's in his own world like I am. So I'm like, good. He's using his imagination.
Right.
Nothing. I'm good. I'm fine. I go, what are you up to? He goes, none of your business. Something's up, man.
Just playing video games.
Yeah,
Hey,
fucking
so
Minecraft.
yeah, that's
What are you
interesting.
gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
It could be a lot
You
worse
limit
than
it. You
Minecraft,
limit
dude.
it. You limit it.
Yeah, so
And you hit him.
We're lucky
Slap
that we
him.
had. I think at least anyone I hate to just refer to all millennials, but it's different. Like you go get customer service for some 20-year-old, and they just seem so kind of helpless and spoiled and entitled. This is weird. I don't know what it is. There was no struggle or something. There's no.
But they don't know
it's
how to.
too easy.
A lot of them don't know how to volley back and forth with conversation.
Yeah, it's a weird social. It's a
They don't
social
get
behavior.
the
thing.
you ask them, how you doing today? Good. It's like,
Yeah, it doesn't go too far.
That-
They
all
can
right.
text you a morning.
What else we got? Yeah, but the text you a
Also,
novel.
do you feel that you guys do this a lot? The podcast, it's basically like you said, you put the phone down for 2 hours. You normally, if I just met you guys like this, we wouldn't get this deep and get to know each other
No.
for 2 hours.
When's the last time you talked to someone for 2
That's what I
hours?
mean. That's why I love
Name
doing
the
these,
last
because
time
you actually get
Who have you
somewhere.
talked to for 2 hours?
So true.
Yeah,
We have real conversations.
yeah. I think it's good practice in social behavior and just overall to get to know. Like, I just met you guys today, right? Mm-hmm. So
now
what better way than a podcast to sort of get to know someone and get in, you know what I mean? I forget the cameras are on.
It's a form of intimacy, actually.
I agree, but I think that's why podcasting's kind of leaping all these other kind of, entertainment forms of entertainment, surpassing because
radio,
all that,
dude.
because
5-minute late night show.
Because if you're in your car and you're listening to the show right now, you listen to three dudes talk, you feel like you're part of the conversation.
Well, I feel like I knew you guys already because I listened to the podcast. I'm familiar with you guys. So coming in, I have an idea of. I'm like, okay,
you were comfortable right away.
You know what I mean? Because I somewhat had a pulse on your guys' vibe. I've listened. So
it's also your vibe. You speak the language,
right?
Right. Yeah, you're like one of us, and he lives in Venice now.
You know what I mean? I'm really wanting. Am I in the gang? How do I get in the gang? What do I got to do?
We have to initiate you. By initiate you, I mean.
I have to suck his dick?
Well, we get our hands on you and we see what happens.
Rough you up a little bit.
First of all, I got to take your piece in. We got to see what goes on.
You know what bummed me out is I love Howard Stern, right? He's the godfather of radio. He's the best. But he was hating on podcasting the other day and it broke my heart. I was like, oh
really?
And I do the same. You might not just be knowledgeable in the situation.
Right.
Obviously, podcasting is a bit of a threat to him.
That's what I was about to say.
And he goes, does anyone even make money doing podcast? Like, how the fuck would you make money? He goes, why would you listen to that and all this stuff? And then the guy goes, yeah, Rogan, he brings up Joe. He goes, Rogan, like, man, those guys have big podcasts, man. And Howard Stern goes, yeah, but how do they make money? I know. He goes, Rogan doesn't make money off that podcast. He makes it from his comedy and TV.
He has no idea.
And I was like,
he has no idea.
He just doesn't get it.
idea.
It's all right.
You sold out and went to Sirius, but you'd be one of us, my man, if you didn't sell out.
I'm surprised he hasn't made that trend. Like, it is basically a podcast.
He makes $500 million a year
he's
from
doing okay.
Sirius.
Yeah, he's doing just
so
fine.
he's like, He's
doing just
what?
Fine. Yeah.
And obviously, podcast is a threat to what he does because you have to pay to listen to him.
Right.
You don't pay to listen to us.
Right.
It's true.
So you tell me where the followers are going to go.
Right.
What else you got, Chin?
Just a funny one from China. Because, China, for whatever reason, Chinese people in airplanes, there's always little funny things that happen. Like last time, there's an old lady that threw coins into the engine to wish it good luck.
What? How do you do that? Outside of the plane, I was just warming up or something? What do you mean?
Yeah, before the flight. Before the flight. Climbing up the little ladder.
They think it's good luck, yeah.
That's fucked
Damn,
up.
you get fined $11,000.
So this guy got fined $11,000 for trying to open. He didn't know. He says he doesn't know that this was an exit door, like a emergency exit door, until he opened it and then it fell inwards and then he freaked out. And the reason why he did it was already deplaning, so he just felt like
Give him
stuffy.
a pass.
Oh, so it was on the ground, not okay.
It was on the ground.
No, I'd charge him $11,000 for being a moron. You owe us $11,000 for being fucking stupid. How about that?
He may not have enough money. If he's dumb, then that's.
Yeah, and then that ladder thing came out too, that inflatable ladder.
You're going to work for this airline.
You're gonna work.
Hey, you guys are comedians. Has anyone ever done a bit about the fact that Magic Johnson beat AIDS? Therefore, he has therefore he has a Magic Johnson?
Oh, God.
Oh, I don't know.
You lit up like a pony. He has a Magic fucking
Johnson because he beat
dude.
AIDS.
It's like, come on,
his
man.
his money beat the AIDS. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but
all those Starbucks.
But it's a joke. It's the word.
Got an empire.
He's
what
got
happens?
a Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
God, it's perfect.
It's
pretty
good.
funny.
You could, I mean, that's the. I guess it ends right there. That's
I think it's probably been done.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's a little late.
I'm
now.
like, I came up with that a while ago. Yeah, it's late, but I came up with that. Someone must have come up with
Don't write me
it.
jokes.
Okay. All right. I'm just working on
that.
Just don't
you
ever
got
do
anything
that on
else,
my
Jim?
podcast.
Just one quick MMA one about Nate Diaz. So, Brett Okamoto from ESPN said that they're looking to have him return to the UFC August.
Yes.
And that's the LA card, right?
Are you guys? Are you Team Diaz? How can you not like that? How do you fucking not love these guys?
I'm a fan.
They're as real as it gets.
I love the Diaz brothers.
227.
And his brother too. Nick too is fighting again, right?
I don't know if
Nick we don't know yet, but Nate will definitely fight
that record
before.
does not. I mean, 1911. You look at that motherfucker, man. He's just, what is it about? Is it the heart? Is it the cardio? Is it the craziness? Is it a combination?
Fighter,
you look at his body, and it's not like he's some. That motherfucker is a zombie, dude. Like, he doesn't stop.
Triathlons, they don't
Holy
get tired.
shit! His dad was a track coach. Is that what it was? Something like that. They do cardio or something. There was something.
They do marathons. They do.
Yeah,
like
they're always. Yeah, my buddy Crone's training with
man.
them all the time, so I get the inside stories. And I remember Nate told me once too. He's like, "Yeah, I actually started training jiu-jitsu because the guy would give me a burrito to train with him every day.
Yeah.
A bean burrito is how he started to eat." How do you not like that, bro?
That LA card that's trying to stack. He's gonna fight a big name.
Who's it gonna be?
Who? I'll tell you off air, but I have an idea.
Okay.
Yeah, so
and
that's a
what's going on
Dillashaw.
with Conor McGregor? Is he feel bad about all this stuff? Is he aware and cognizant of his actions, or is he just sort of in this weird bubble of?
I don't think he meant to
people?
get anybody's glass in anybody's eye.
Right.
He just meant to create a big stir,
Right.
as hype for the fight.
Right.
And I think
It
he
kinda backfired.
miscalculated.
It worked. You know, it
I mean,
worked.
it definitely
He
got the
stole all
attention
the
shifted to
limelight.
him, right?
Really, all
Stole
the
all
limelight.
the
But it ruined that card. I mean, as a fan, that card was
He
amazing.
doesn't care, but all he cares about is being the face of the UFC still and being the most talked about man in the
Is there
business.
a fight?
Right.
on
Is
the
he going to
books for him
fight?
yet?
Who's he going to fight?
Well,
next?
no,
Would he fight
nothing.
Nate Diaz? You
Oh,
think?
right.
No,
No,
he didn't
God,
know
no.
he'd lose that
He's
one.
got to do some.
No, he wouldn't lose that one.
You don't think he'd lose?
That fight's kind
I
of.
mean, the second fight was close, and
I don't. At 55, I think Conor beats him.
At 55?
Yeah, which was what they would fight at.
right.
They have to wait to see what the New York Commission actually,
'cause it's in
what
New
New York does suspension wise. They can't do anything. But the fight for him, and they're going to wait. Khabib's going through Ramadan, so he won't fight for a few months. So they're just waiting to see what happens.
So that dude Khabib is the next thing, huh? He's the next big thing. I'm sort of somewhat
there right
familiar
now.
with MMA enough. What's the deal?
He's the champ right now.
I know he won the belt, but
25 and 0.
he's the truth, right? He's beyond he's the
he,
next
he-
thing.
He's a special, so what he does, yeah.
He has not lost ever, and he
Never lost a
If he
round.
grabs you, you're it's the end for you.
Ferguson, that was going to be the fight.
That's the
Ferguson,
fight.
what a fight!
I
What
have
is
to
going
say,
on?
There's a few guys
You said
who-
this too after his last fight. If he fought Ferguson, I would put my money on Ferguson.
I think I would too, because I mean, Ferguson is so
Would you?
elusive and
They're good. They're
he's
good.
look. People compare me to a lot. They sort of like you're a combination of Ferguson meets Khabib.
First thing I said.
I'd say you're like a gringo Kendall Grove.
Dude, whatever you want to call me, I have it's this weird thing where it's a combination of like, oh, he's a nice guy, but he's gonna slide in this upper hook that's so unfamiliar yet foreign at the same time domestic. And I'm not talking abuse. I'm talking this is coming at you with so much fervor and love that you will fly out of your shoes.
And by the way, see how his
reevaluate.
elbow is tucked in his hip?
How about he's so nice unless you're in Australia?
You know what I
Or
mean?
killing hogs.
That's when I see
Unless
red.
you're a sow in
Dude,
Hawaii.
Unless you
know
get
what I mean?
punched in the
So I think we have resolved by this show that I'm not to be fucked with.
No,
Like,
no,
it's a
no,
overall-
unless you're in
Dude,
America.
You're not. I would never. Look at your fists.
Yeah, dude.
Look at the
See?
striation.
Yeah, look at
By
that.
the way, you got good vein.
Look at
work,
that.
too.
Like when I start taking photos, I'm gonna start doing
The Diaz?
the Diaz, the sort of looking down.
You gotta do
I gotta
this,
start
though.
working on that.
You don't have a
I
wide
need-
face, so you have a narrow face
I
like
don't
me.
know. I need to
You
work
have
on
a
my
narrow-
left hook.
I'll help
Maybe.
you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
this
need
is
a
where
lot
I
of
get
that.
out. This is where I sign up.
Okay. Because
guys
you're not
see
into
that.
boxing.
No,
All right.
not anymore.
Really?
Thank you for coming
Yeah,
on.
thank you for having me, man.
He did,
Thanks,
it,
brother.
he did it as a
Thanks.
profession.
Thank man.
Well, this has been a disaster.
Yes,
Thanks
this is
for
awful.
ruining everything.
Thank you
This
for
was
wasting
complete-
2 hours of my life.
Simon Rex making it easy for us on a Wednesday.
We love you, man.
Thank you, boys.
This Friday, Saturday, I'm in Minnesota, House of Comedy, Minnesota. Get your tickets, Mall America. And then June, I'm in Houston.
Ooh, I like
Oh, West Nyack, I had to cancel. I have to shoot. I'm sorry, guys.
You gotta cancel.
West Nyack, New York, I had to cancel.
I am,
We're rescheduling. Sorry, love you.
You come out and see me this Saturday. Still some tickets left this Saturday. Calusa Casino. One show only, and I will be there hard and ready. And then at the end of the month, I
that's
said
very
it. I
visual.
said it. at the end
And
of the
don't
month.
jump on stage and punch Callan in the dick.
Nope.
We
Please
wouldn't
don't
love
do
that at all.
Please don't do that. May 31st, June 1, June 2, I'm at House of Comedy in Minnesota. Get your goddamn tickets
copy.
now.
Nick
Cat.
Swartzen. Shout out to Nick Swartzen. Can I plug my one
Nick
show?
was just on the show.
I have
Plug
a
your
show in L.A. the
White Boy
beer-
Pays Rolling Papers.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for that. Los Angeles Beer and Music Festival, May 12th at the Pershing Square in downtown
Pershing
LA.
Square.
Pershing Square, May 12th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'll be playing with Alien Ant Farm, Mickey Avalon, and to come on down in LA. It's going to be fun. It's always a lot of this company that's doing this. They have a good time. It'll
That
be good.
sounds cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And my Instagram, can I be that dude and just throw it
Please.
out there?
At
It's
Simon
Rex 415. I just need to get a couple more followers to feel better about myself as
I
a
love
person.
it, man.
Yeah.
And your YouTube channel's good as well.
YouTube, /Dirt Nasty, I believe. Yeah.
Boom.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on,
Thank you
brother.
for having me.
Best,
Thank you
brother.
guys. Thank you.
This is the Final Kid.
Yeah.
We're out.